has pledged over $1 billion to the entire project, $500 million for the new arena and coverage of cost overruns, an additional $500 million in private downtown development in the area, and $60 million in other community incentives. And we're talking about it on the Blitz next.
SportsCenter is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Oh, we made it. It's Friday, baby. It is Friday here in San Antonio. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. Jason Minix, well, he's got the day off. I think he's allergic to Fridays, and he gets a rash and all of that stuff. He's got to stay home on Friday for whatever reason that is, but he's not here. But James Pledger is here in the glass box of fun, pushing the buttons and making the music happen, and we've got a lot to talk about today. So happy that you're spending a little bit of time with us here on the Blitz on this Friday afternoon. Fridays are just better, aren't they, Pledge? I mean, they're just better. There's something about a Friday that everybody gets geeked up about. Everybody's smiling a little bit more and happy and all of that stuff.
Is it a Friday?
I think it is. Did I miss a day?
I don't know.
Right.
It's Groundhog Day for me, and with y'all going to training camp, I'm not sure the weekend's here for me.
Oh, that's right. Tomorrow morning we will take off on a big jet plane to Los Angeles, California, get into a rental car, drive about an hour and a half down the Pacific Coast Highway. And
pickle your livers for a week. And
Oxnard, California. No, Pledge. Come on. It's all work, dude. Are you kidding me? I don't have time for that. This is a business trip. Business trip.
Oh, a business trip.
Business trip. We don't have time for any foolishness and nonsense and the rudder room and stuff like that. We don't do that kind of
Yet
stuff.
somehow y'all talk about it incessantly while you're there.
It's like we sit around and say, man, we really wish we had time to go to the rudder room. I wonder what that place looks like. And then somebody will show us, and it's like, oh, that's right. That's what it looks like. And that's the way it is. It's work, buddy. It's all work.
Yeah. Well, it is here.
It is here, and I can't wait to head out to Los Angeles. We start our AA Best Bail Bond Dallas Cowboys. Boy, that was a slip of the tongue.
Wait, who's Super Bowl coverage?
Nobody's, certainly not the Cowboys. But it is our AA Best Bail Bonds Dallas Cowboys coverage. Training camp coverage. Is that
Who are you, Dak Prescott?
Is that like an I don't know.
Here we go.
Karma or something? I'm not sure. Everybody on the Cowboys squad talking Super Bowl this year. They have bought in. They're drinking the Kool-Aid.
Apparently, Joe Reinagel is too.
Well, I guess so. I've got Super Bowl on the brain. We are going to training camp in Oxnard, California, and start our coverage on Monday. Both shows are going. The Morning Huddle will start out bright and early there, and, of course, the Blitz will be on from 2 to 6, and looking forward to it. And, of course, a lot happening. Cowboys actually have the day off today. It's one of those day-offs, mandatory things that the NFL says that they have to do. So it is a day off for the Cowboys. They're not doing anything.
Look at that. Minix is on their schedule.
Exactly. They're allergic to Fridays as well. Tomorrow is the opening ceremonies. Now, if you're not familiar with what's going on, what they do, this is like let's give Jerry Jones the key to the city again for the however many times they've been there. They'll do that. The mayor will come out, and whatever other politicians from Oxnard will come out and say a few words to all the folks, and the cheerleaders will be there. They'll do their thing, and Jerry will say a few words to everybody, and that's when they get it started. But Sunday is the real start of training camp, as far as I'm concerned, and we'll be there for that. That's when everybody gets in pads, and the real football actually starts. So I am looking forward to that. I cannot wait to get out there and get our coverage started. It's going to be a lot of fun. We hope that everybody tunes in for that. Mark G on our YouTube page says, "Attaboy Joe, Super Bowl Cowboys." Everybody's got a little hope when it comes to the Cowboys these days, but it's that way every year, isn't it? It's that way every year.
Last year we did not think that at all about that team.
Every year.
Last year there was no Super Bowl.
Cowboy fans are delusional at best, and I'm not saying that as a bad thing, but it's true.
But remember last year, Joe? Just
I do.
bring some memory to your memory.
It was a weird.
It was a weird year. No contracts done until right before the season started.
Wow, kind of like this year, huh?
No free agents.
Wow, there were some free agents.
There was a lot of free agency this year.
Yeah.
And trades.
They
didn't do that this past year. There wasn't a lot of hype surrounding their draft class. Like, it was just a very blasé year going into training camp, and there wasn't a lot of saving any of that. Mike McCarthy was a lame duck head coach, and everybody was figuring he was going to get fired. It's just a matter of when.
Should have gotten fired before the season.
Yeah.
He should have.
To Brian Schottenheimer's credit, a guy that a lot of people didn't want in the first place, there is some actual hype surrounding this team.
No, and that's awesome. That's fantastic. I'm so happy for everybody. We're going to hear from Dak Prescott and what he says motivates him as he goes into the season. Not just this season, but every season, according to Dak. No movement on the Micah Parsons situation when it comes to the Cowboys. They're still that's still unresolved, which for us is it's a good thing because we're going to head into camp and kind of the way we headed into camp last year with a contract still to be worked out.
I mean, don't worry. Even if they get it done, we're going to have the same thing next year.
Yep.
We got Tyler Smith. We got Deron Bland. Brandon Aubrey. We got contracts for days to drag out. Oh, that's right. How could I forget about...
Don't forget about my boy Ferguson, who will probably have an all-pro year this year, I would imagine. And Pledge, I'll discover somebody else out of Oxnard this year. Absolutely.
You didn't discover anyone last year.
Well, it was kind of a blah year. It was off for everybody. No fans. I'll discover somebody this year, though.
Let me know who you discover.
Are you kidding me?
Somebody I've never heard of, like
Jake Ferguson.
Yeah.
You'd never heard of Jake Ferguson.
Never heard of him.
Until I brought him up and told you all about it.
Never even knew he was a Wisconsin tight end.
Absolutely not. So that's what I'm here for. Can't wait to get up there. We're going to do that beginning Monday. We'll have all the coverage for you with the Morning Huddle and, of course, right here on the Blitz. Feeling pretty good. When I left Rotama Park yesterday, after Minix and I had a couple of cold ones, we left Rotama Park, and I went and visited the newest addition of my family, Pledge. My granddaughter. I got a brand new granddaughter. Her name is Kaya Jo.
Oh, I thought you bought a new 12-pack.
No. That edition of my family runs out all the time.
Yeah, but you always get a new edition.
Yeah, well, I do. This one, though.
It's going to be around a little while?
This one will be around a while. It's a beautiful little girl. My daughter and son-in-law doing fine. Casey had to stay in the hospital for a couple of days because she had a C-section. But everything's doing well. They went home today, so it was good to see her. So it made me very happy to go up there. Maggie and I did that last night. And I won't lie to you, brother, I hate hospitals. I know they're a necessary evil. I know that they help people. The folks in there that work there are fantastic. But, man, there's just something about the smell of a hospital that just kind of, I don't know. Dude, I don't know what it is. Am I the only one that feels that way? I don't like hospitals. Because typically if you're there, you're visiting somebody that's sick. It could be a happy occasion like I went last night, and that's fine. But I don't know what it is. It's the smell of a hospital that just kind of makes me a little nauseated. I don't know why, but it does.
Hospitals and dentists.
I don't like dentists either. But I'd rather go to the dentist. But it was a happy occasion last night, so I'm pretty happy about that. And everything worked out, and Kaya Jo is just fine. And again, home today. So she's a pretty good girl, Casey. And Steven's a pretty good dude. You know, you always wonder as a dad if the guy that marries your daughter is a good guy. Well, I've been pretty fortunate for the most part. There's been a knucklehead or two, one in particular, but I digress. But for the most part, I've been pretty fortunate, so I'm happy about that. I don't know. It's fun, and it just tells me I'm getting old, and I got a whole clan out there now. I mean, an entire clan. I'm about to be able to field my own football team pretty soon.
I mean, you can field a basketball team with substitutes.
Right now, the problem is I only have one grandson. The rest are girls, which I think I'm cursed in that way, or blessed, however you want to put it.
Cheer squad?
A cheer squad, I guess. And none of them are very tall. And I'm not sure why. I'm like the tallest guy on my family tree.
Hold on. How old is the oldest one?
The oldest granddaughter, she's 6.
How do you know that they're tall or not yet?
Well, I guess she is kind of tall. But I don't get to see them much except on Zoom because they live out in Colorado. So I don't get to see them a whole heck of a lot. And so it's hard to judge.
I mean, there's a growth spurt coming at some point in this kid's life.
Well, I hope so. But this kid's not really athletic. She's more of a brainiac. So
Joe's calling his kid a nerd to the entire
If the
city.
shoe fits, Alexandra on our YouTube page, which you can go by and see all the comments that are heading there. San Antonio Sports Star on YouTube. She says no one carries on the Reinegal name. Fortunately for me, Alexandra, my brother has 2 sons that are going to carry on that name, at least for a little while. We'll see what happens in there. But for me, no, it ends there. And I've got another brother who has 2 girls. So they're no help either in carrying on the name. But my middle brother, Randy, he's got a couple of sons. At
least Randy's helping out.
He's the only one that showed up, man. The rest of us just kind of.
Don't worry. The Pledger name's in trouble, too.
No, is that right? That's too bad, man. That's too bad.
Single at 44. It's not looking great.
Well, you got time, Pledge.
I got time, but it doesn't look great.
Well, you never know. You never know. I got hope for you, Pledge. At least you're still.
We just don't know.
You're out there trying. That's all that counts.
Hey, I'm giving it 110%.
And it's Friday, so I'm sure the Root Pub awaits. He'll be hopping tonight. Man, we got a lot to talk about. A lot of things happening today outside of the Dallas Cowboys, which are interesting. And the one thing that hit me, and I'm sure you guys have heard about this, and I really want your comments on how this affects your feelings toward Project Marvel. The Spurs have committed a large amount of money to the entire project. We saw that story break a little bit earlier today, and now everybody's got it. I'd like to say who broke it. I'm not sure. I saw it first on News 4, and then I know KSAT had it, Ken's had it, everybody else had it.
It was on 3 Sports.
On 3 Sports had it first. Okay, so there you go. So we're going to talk about that, and I want your help. Does this change your mind? If you were on the fence or against this project, does it help to know that the Spurs are going to be major contributors to the cost of this project? Several ways to do that. We already mentioned the YouTube page. Go there, like, and subscribe our YouTube page. San Antonio Sports Star, that's how you find it. You can also follow me on Twitter at Joe Reinegal210. You can comment there, or you can call us and do it the old-fashioned way. Make your voice heard. 210-656-3776, 656-ESPN. However you want to do that. Lots to talk about. We're talking Spurs and Dallas when we return here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports.
The College of Healthcare Professionals and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Jason Minix here. You know me. You know the Rue Pub is my go-to spot. No better place to go watch any big game, any big event than the Rue Pub there at 281 and Redland Road with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. And when you go into the Rue Pub, go hungry. The food is fantastic. I love the fried shrimp on the menu. They have the biggest and best wings in town. About 15 different burgers on the menu, including the original Wemby burger. And they have that new bison burger that is outstanding. Maybe you want a chicken sandwich, great appetizers, great salads, and that kitchen is open late every day with the full menu available. So when you need a late night meal, don't go to a drive-thru, get into the Rue Pub there at 281 in Redland Road. They have all the beers you want and a full bar. The game room has the best darts area in town and indoor cornhole. Happy hour weekdays from 11 to 6. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Do you need to get rid of things like furniture, mattresses, tires, and appliances? San Antonio has 4 drop-off centers for residential bulky items conveniently located around the city. Open 5 days a week except holidays. Visit sarecycles.org. This service is free for solid waste customers that pay the environmental fee on their CPS energy bill, including customers that live in apartments. Visit sarecycles.org for hours, locations, and accepted materials. That's sarecycles.org.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Looking for a place with character, cold drinks, and real Texas charm? Pull up a chair at the Lion and Rose in the Dominion. This local favorite, run by the Tharp family, serves up Southern hospitality, military pride, and seriously good food. Happy hour daily from 3 till 7 p.m. with $2.50 drafts, select wine, wells, and mimosas. Plus, tasty bites from just $5. Big screens, bold flavors, and a patio made for post-game hangs. Now open at 23330 West I-10. The Lion and Rose.
At Progressive, we understand the bond you have with your boat. It's why people name theirs.
I named my boat Sure Don't. Get it? The other day when my friend said, "Hey Larry, you want to head back in? It looks like it might rain." I said, "Sure don't." I guess they didn't get it because they didn't laugh.
Whatever you call your boat, protect it by insuring it with Progressive, America's #1 boat insurer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. #1 rating based on boat market share data from ratefilings.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-486-9600. That's 800-486-9600.
Calling all snack MVPs, it's time to huddle up with Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds, the low-carb, high-protein snack with a flavor-packed crunch. From sea salt and cracked black pepper to hot honey, sweet barbecue, and more, these bold bites are ready to tackle your crunch time cravings. Find your flavor playbook at H-E-B and make every bite count. Because when it's crunch time, there's only one snack you need on your team. Southern Recipe Small Batch.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-499-9102. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-499-9102. That's 800-499-9102. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
So much going on here today, including the Spurs and their financial issues. The UTSA story, and we've got a couple of comments already on our YouTube page talking about the UTSA situation. We're going to get into that here coming up in the next segment. Jeff Traylor was asked about it today. Owen McCown was asked about it today. Tom Pernetti, the commissioner of the American Conference, was asked about it today. Reaction from all three of those individuals coming up in the next hour, so stay tuned for that. First, though, I want to get into this Project Marvel situation. I don't know if you guys have read this. It just kind of broke this morning that everybody reported this. On 3, Pledge tells me, is the first to have broken it. Then I know News 4 had it, Ken's had it, KSAT had it, and now everybody's got it. But the Spurs have committed to more than $1 billion in funding to the entire project, okay? So the entire project guesstimated to be about $4 billion. The Spurs have committed to $1 billion of that $4 billion. And, of course, that is all-inclusive, right? It counts the arena. It counts all the improvements to the Alamo Dome. It all the stuff, the Project Marvel, the land bridge, just all the stuff, right? So $4 billion for everything. I think that even includes a new hotel, they're saying, downtown, convention center hotel that would be very nice down there for convention space. So all of it, in my mind, and I've made no secret of this, Jason hasn't either, that we're all for this and would think it would be a great addition to the downtown area. We just always wondered what the Spurs were going to kick in and how they were going to do that. And we finally got our answer today with an outline. So it's more than $1 billion, but they're going to break it down into 3 different areas. And so they're going to, the way it works out, $500 million will go to the arena, which is said to project anywhere from $1.2 to $1.5 billion. So if you go with those numbers, that's at least a third of the cost of the arena. But they're also going to kick in another $500 million to just like upgrades and downtown stuff. Let me find the exact verbiage that I'm looking for here, and so I can get this right. I don't want to say anything else. Okay, an additional $500 million in private downtown development in that area. So private downtown development, I guess, could mean a lot of different things. Whether it's part of the hotel, part of just upgrades business-wise, whatever the case may be. But that's where the billion comes in. They're also talking about overruns, cost overruns, that they will cover that as well. So this could go up a lot higher than what we're seeing here today. $60 million in other community incentives. Is that enough for you to say, you know what, the Spurs are kicking in a huge amount of money for this thing? Then I'm on board. If it comes to a vote, I'm voting for it. Or is that still not enough for you to do that? If you recall, there's a complete breakdown of what's going to happen with Project Marvel. Now, granted, not all of this will be built all at once. The arena will be built first, and then I think it will go from there. But the arena is the most important thing to get started on and get that done. So, again, $500 million in that. The city's going to seek another $500 million in municipal contribution for the area. That's already been approved. If you'll recall, they're going to use the state tax and I'm not sure of all the elements, but they've got that approved, so that should be fine. There's also going to be an entertainment district. It envisions a vibrant downtown entertainment district encompassing the new arena, upgraded Alamo Dome, expanded convention center, and other venues. They say, now this is on the internets here and reports on the whole thing, that funding, they're projecting to be between $3 and $4 billion. Now, I'm going to err on the side of caution and say it's going to be $4 billion, right? Now, the city and county exploring various funding sources, including potential municipal bonds and partnerships, and they've already said that. Now, the county is, if anybody votes on anything, my understanding of this, and if I get something wrong, please correct me, anybody that wants to. I'm open to correction. But the county can only kick in a very small amount if we vote to do that, just because the way that it works out. And it's my understanding it's less than, $500 million. So the rest of it, you hear the Spurs going to kick in about $1 billion, a little more than that. And then with what the city council passed back in March to use the state portion of the tax. And again, none of that, to my understanding, has to be approved by voters. It's just the county tax portion of that. If I'm wrong, please correct me. Anybody that's out there listening, 210-656-3776, 656-ESPN. But that's my understanding of how it's working right now. Public engagement. The city is committed to extensive public engagement. They've been doing that. I know they've been having some open meetings and all of that kind of stuff. They want to get this thing on the ballot in November of this year. And I know there is a deadline, but it escapes me at this point in time. But they want to get it done. If they get it approved, I'm assuming construction can start pretty soon after that on the Spurs arena. They've already got the land. It's going to be for the arena at the Institute of Texan Culture's property. So that's already set and in motion and ready to go. But again, I am just curious what you guys think. Is this enough to say you're going to vote yes on Project Marfil? Because the biggest complaints that I got, or the biggest intrigue that I got, well, what about the Spurs? What are they going to do? How much are they going to kick in? And I've been calling for that. I know Jason's been calling for that we needed some transparency. We need to lay it out on the table, let the voters know what's going on, who's going to divvy in what, and then they can make a choice. There's always going to be people against this. It's going to happen, and I get it. And if you're against it, you're against it. I'm not going to, argue with you. That's how you feel, and that's the way that it is. For me, as a sports fan and understanding, I believe, how important this Spurs franchise is to this city, because I've seen it, and I've seen it work, and I see just the publicity that this team brings to the city of San Antonio, to me, is worth it. But if you don't agree with that, I'd like to hear from you. Even if you do agree, I'd like to hear from you. We're getting a lot of comments on our YouTube page, which you can go to and like and subscribe. It's San Antonio Sports Star on YouTube. Man M says the Wemby Center must be built. I was also at Texas Live recently, and we need that here in San Antonio. And what he's referring to is Texas Live is a venue right next to Jerry World and where the Texas Rangers play baseball. And it really is a cool place. You can walk directly from either one of those stadiums into this huge entertainment complex, either before or after the game or both. In fact, pro tip, if you're taking an Uber to either one of those places, go in there, have a few beers. The Ubers are a lot cheaper if you order them from Texas Live than if you do from Jerry World or Globe Life Field. Just saying. I know that from experience, dude. All right? So that's just a pro tip. So if you're doing that, go over and have a drink at Texas Live for a while, and the Ubers get a little bit cheaper. But my understanding is it will be something similar to that. Look, downtown San Antonio is already a fun place to be. It's a great place to be. A lot of fun, a lot of places. But think about it in a more compact part of town. You've got the arena, you've got the Alamo Dome, and then you've got businesses around there that you don't have to walk a mile to get to. And that's what's going to be the best part about that. I'm seeing a lot of folks here that Stephen Ledesma says, I vote yes. Miss Becky, I hope y'all get it passed. Now, Miss Becky's out in Austin, but she's rooting for us, and we appreciate that, Miss Becky. Alexandra says she's going to vote yes. Corwin says, I vote yes. It's going to be an awesome thing. Everybody on our YouTube page seems to think that it is an awesome deal. Justin Guerrero says he's questioning, is $1 billion enough? I want to hear from you, Justin. If you don't think that's enough, what should the Spurs kick in if $1 billion is not enough? You can do that very easily. Give us a call, 656-3776, just like Craig has done. Craig, welcome to the Blitz. What do you think?
Hi, Joe. I am for this 100%. When I heard the big news this morning, I said, yes, I'm for it. So
that were you against it before, or were you on the fence?
A little bit on the fence, but I am for it.
Okay, very good. I appreciate the phone call, Craig.
Take care.
Yeah, thank you very much. All right, that opens up a line at 656-3776. So there you go. There's a convert right there. I mean, a guy on the fence on this thing. And you see what the Spurs are going to kick in. To me, it's a pretty significant amount. And that changed his mind, or it put him over the top to vote yes. I think it's going to change a lot of people's minds or push them to one side or the other. And we've been saying this forever. Now, I know there are realities that we have to deal with when you're talking about this kind of money. I mean, we're talking about billions of dollars, billions with a B. And so I know that the Spurs got to get their ducks in a row and their finances here, and this is coming from that. And I got a partner here that's doing this and that. And this is what we're going to come up with. And I know that takes some time. But I think the transparency is huge in this. And I've been saying it for some time. And a lot of people have been saying that for some time. And you see it just by the one phone call. And I know that's a very small sample size when Craig says that pushed him over the top. But if I had to guess, that put a lot of people over the top. It just, look, shining light on something just eliminates all doubt. And I'm so happy that they finally came out and did that. $1 billion. And at least on our YouTube page, everybody believes that they would vote yes now that the Spurs and what they know that the Spurs are going to do. So it looks, this thing's going to happen. I feel very confident that it's going to happen. You're still going to have people out there that aren't satisfied, and that's not enough money. And Justin Guerrero on our YouTube page says Spurs need to kick in a little more. If it's $4 billion, they need to kick in 2 of it. I don't know. I think the Spurs are doing quite a bit when it comes to this. If it's not enough, though, let me know why you think that. We will continue to talk about this for sure. In fact, let's go back to the phone lines. David wants to talk about Project Marvel. David, welcome to the Blitz. What do you think?
Hey, Joe, I think this is great. Basically, half of the project is already paid for, and I don't see the issues with the rest of the funding, how things are coming. Basically, San Antonio taxpayers aren't going to pay a whole lot into it, but they're going to benefit a lot from it with the upgrades to the Alamo Dome, the hotel bringing in more conventions, the Alamo Dome bringing in bigger events, the stuff that's going on right there around the arena and stuff. I think that's great. And if people that are still doubting and saying, well, what's in it for them? Well, they're not really going to pay anything for it. And unless they're having an affair with somebody and staying at a motel somewhere, or having to rent a car to go on vacation, or
if
something
Coldplay
like
comes to the Alamo Dome, either way, right?
Yeah, but then you gotta watch out for the Kiss Cam.
That's exactly right. David, I appreciate it. Thank you for the phone call. 656-3776, 656-ESPN. Let's go back to the phone lines. Jason is on line 2. Jason, what do you think?
Hey, what's going on? I just want to comment real quick. I'm for it, just to be clear, but I don't know if that's going to be enough. I think the people of San Antonio might kind of push back on it just for instance, the amount of players, the money that players are getting paid nowadays. For instance, Giannis, if we traded for him in a couple of years, he'd be making like almost 70, 80 million a year. I don't know if the people of San Antonio are going to, like that, I guess, or lack of a better term.
Well, I understand what you're saying, and there will be some people, Jason, that won't agree with this. The thing is, and you just heard David just a few minutes ago, you're not going to pay a dime for this unless you go to a downtown hotel. And if you do that, already you're going to have to pay a little extra for that in taxes. So it will primarily, 99% of this thing will be paid for by people that come in here out of town. And again, you go to any hotel, I don't care what city it is. I don't give a damn what city it is, whether it's Houston or Dallas or Phoenix or L.A. or whatever. Look on your bill after you check out and tell me the amount of taxes that you're paying for that hotel room. It's on there. I guarantee you, no matter what city it is, it's on there. You're paying for it. You're paying for some kind of project for that city. You just are. That's the way that it goes. And if $1 billion, and it looks like it's a little more than that, I mentioned an extra $60 million, which is a kick-in, but they do mention cost overruns that the Spurs will be responsible for as well. And again, most of this other money is going to come from the state. Now, indirectly, could we be responsible for some of that? It's possible. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it's an absolute no, but I do know if the citizens of Bexar County vote on this, and just for the money that Bexar County is going to kick in, it's not a large amount of money in the scheme of things. Now, it's a large amount of money, don't get me wrong, but in the scheme of things, it's not a large amount of money. So the rest of it has been approved. It's just got to be passed the state or however they're going to do it, however that stuff works. And I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I know politics and how finances work in the government, because I don't. I don't even think a lot of our politicians know that. But that's neither here nor there. But I think this thing is basically paid for the most part. And the Spurs now saying they're going to kick in at least $1 billion. We'll continue to talk about this because I knew it would be a hot-button issue. And dealing with the fact that we have a lot of sports fans listening to the show, for obvious reasons, because it is a sports talk show, I figured most of you would be for it. Now, there are some questions. Joshua Jimenez bringing up some questions. Justin Guerrero saying the Spurs need to kick in more. There's going to be a lot of that. And it's open for debate. And maybe if push comes to shove and they have to do that, they might do that. But as it stands right now, is this a yes vote for you or is it a no vote for you? I really want to hear what Spurs fans, non-Spurs fans have to say about this that live in this beautiful city of San Antonio. We'll take one more phone call before we break, and that's Michael on line one. What do you have to say, Michael?
Hey, Joe. So I guess 3 points I'm bringing up as a matter of contention to this deal going through, which inevitably we have to look at the bond details that come out of all of this. But if you look at the circumstances of where we are as a city right now, one, we know we have a $170 million shortfall, the budget that the city's trying to contend with and figure out how they're going to resolve. Number two is that there's been a lot of verbalization and vocalization of issues that come from the Frost Arena and what really came out of the promises versus the reality of what has happened with the east side of the Frost Bank Center. You have a lot of people that live over in that area of the city that believe that a lot of what was presented to them ended up being lies or not really coming through. And number three, to manage a lot of this process, we have a lot of drama going on right now with our mayor and city council. And given the circumstances of that is very challenging for these people to be able to push this through and really convince, the body politic of the city in order to support this thing, especially if it's going to mean some level of tax increases, whether through property taxes or otherwise. And I realize that that's very vague, but part of the issue is why we are in the unknown is that there's been a lack of transparency with it. Thanks for taking my call.
Yeah, absolutely, Michael, and I understand what you're saying. Look, if it comes to a property tax issue, I'm going to vote no. I'll tell you that right now. As much as I want this thing, my property taxes are through the roof, and most people's are here in the state of Texas. It just can't come to that, and they've got to figure out a way to make this happen without that. Now, I've heard the term property tax, but not on a residential home. Now, again, Michael brings up a good point that we got to look at the details of whatever bond issue this happens to be and how they put it on the ballot. But where I've heard property taxes is on new builds and commercial projects, that they would be responsible for those property taxes if that is something that needs to be done. So I don't believe, at least the way it stands right now, that the average citizen of Bexar County that lives in a home that has a mortgage will see their property taxes go up. I have not heard anything like that ever. Now, if there's trouble with the city council, I don't know. I know that we've got a new mayor. We've got some new city council people. I don't know what kind of drama is going on down at city council these days. But if that's happening, sure, that could all be a problem. But I just think that now at least what the Spurs have done, if nothing else, what the Spurs have done by putting this out there, it gives people a chance, like on this show, and on other shows and whatever. I'm sure our friends at KTSA will be talking about this. It gives people a chance now to voice their opinion. And are we going to have this thing move forward or not? Now, I will say, Michael, and I know we're late for a break, Pledge, but I know Michael brings up a great point. The East Side was promised a lot of things with the Frost Bank Center that never materialized. Never materialized. And I understand people upset by that. I'm not sure what the politics were in that whole situation and why they didn't have it, but they're absolutely right because I was around for that debate. Yeah. I was around for it, that the East Side was going to be revitalized and commercialized and everything, bars and restaurants all over the place. I heard it.
And remember, he was asked about what happened around the Frost Bank Center and what was promised at that meeting where we first heard from him, and he stepped around that entire thing.
He did. So we'll see. There are a lot of promises and a lot of things, but I just have to believe that if this is a downtown project, that they're going to have to come through on their promises. We're going to talk a lot more about this when we return, but another big story in the news today. I think it's a big story. I don't think everybody thinks it's a big story, but I do. A Memphis safety text UTSA quarterback Owen McCown Memphis's plays before their November 2nd, or their schemes, I should say, before the November 2nd game against the Roadrunners, in which UTSA won. Is it a big deal to you? We're going to hear from Jeff Traylor. We'll hear from Owen McCown. We'll hear from Tom Pernetti, the commissioner of the American, when we return here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Monday on the Morning Huddle, we're out here in sunny California, Rob.
Oxnard or bust, but there's a whole lot more going on. We're certainly talking football, but the world continues to spin. Get here early. The party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
When you need an electrician, you know Hill Electric is available for both residential and commercial needs. Hi, Jason Minix here. I've used Hill Electric for a variety of projects at my home through the years. They've added extra outlets in the garage, put up a spotlight over one of the grills outside, dimmer lights in the living room. For over 3 decades, the family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio homes and businesses. Whether you need additional outlets or USB ports, you need to fix a fuse that is always blowing or a flickering light, Hill Electric has the right service at the right price, never a service charge, and always free estimates, so it costs you absolutely nothing to figure out what it will take to get a project done. Hill Electric is a great locally owned, family-run business. Again, never a service charge, always free estimates. Call Hill Electric, 210-404-9074. 404-9074, or check their website, hill-electric.com. That's hill-electric.com.
George gets justice. If you've been injured, get George, because George gets justice. With over 100 years of combined experience and a relentless dedication to your case, the attorneys at George Salinas Injury Lawyers will fight for what's right. If you've been injured and it's not your fault, get George and get the compensation you deserve. Call George Salinas Injury Lawyers today at 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com. George gets justice. Getgeorge.com.
Now is the perfect time to start on your next success. Apply now and save with no application fee. Classes start August 13th. An accredited state university, University of Maryland Global Campus offers online and hybrid courses. Plus, you can earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning and work experience, or transfer up to 12 credits towards a master's. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chevy.
Hi, Zoe Saldana. Welcome to T-Mobile. Here's your new iPhone 16 Pro on us.
Thanks. And here's my old phone to trade in.
You don't need a trade-in. When you switch to T-Mobile, we'll give you a new iPhone 16 Pro. Plus, we'll help you pay off your old phone up to $800, and you still get to keep it.
There's always a trade-in.
Not right now at T-Mobile.
I feel like I have to give you something in return for karma.
That's okay.
I don't really have much in my purse. Oh, let's see. Hand sanitizer. It's lavender.
I'm good. Seriously.
Let me check this pocket. Oh, mints?
Really, I'm fine.
Oh, I have raisins. I'm a mom. Wait 1 sec. I've got cupcakes in the car.
It's our best iPhone offer ever. Switch to T-Mobile. Get a new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence on us. No trade-in needed. We'll even pay off your phone up to $800.
With 24 monthly bill credits, new line $100 plus a month on experience beyond finance agreement $999.99 and qualifying forwarded. For well qualified plus tax and $10 connection charge. Payout via virtual prepaid card. Allow 15 days. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. See T-Mobile.com.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want to boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The Lion and Rose at the Dominion, your daily happy hour spot from 3 till 7 p.m. 250 drafts, wine, wells, and bites from just $5. Big screens, bold flavors, and a patio made for post-game hangs. Lion and Rose at 23330 West I-10.
I'm tempted, Pledge, to sing that, but I won't do that because I know you're tortured in the morning hearing bad singers. Little Garth Brooks for you on a Friday afternoon here in San Antonio. It sounds appropriate, doesn't it? This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. Jason Minix has the day off. James Pledger is playing that great music you just heard, and whatever else he does there in that glass box of fun. Happy to have you guys along on this Friday afternoon. Some great topics today. We just went over the Project Marvel and the Spurs coming out and saying they're going to pony up at least $1 billion for the entire project. And we'll get back to that and talk a little bit more about that. But there was another story that broke late yesterday. And On3, I think, had this first, the website On3. And then it came in and some other people got involved. And Tiger Sports is the one that actually looks like got the text messages. What I'm talking about is UTSA, a safety from Memphis and UTSA quarterback Owen McCown were high school teammates, the way I understand this. And the Memphis player is named Taj Rael. He leaked elements of Memphis's defensive playbook to UTSA ahead of the team's November 2nd showdown, where the Roadrunners won that. It was a great game, if you'll remember, 44-36. Now, apparently, again, McCown and Rael were high school teammates, so they're friends. And the text exchange goes this way. And I'll just read it for you as it appears on the Tiger Sports Report. It shows a picture of what looks like a playbook. And Rael says, "Here you go, though that's all the signals." Now, McCown answers with 4 crying emojis. And then Rael goes on to say, "Far left is coverage. I'll send you a better list showing you the call. But they run quarters and none the safeties can cover, by the way," is what he's saying. No reroutes on the slot. And it goes on and on. He's just kind of telling him what that is. And McCown responds, it says, "Bet, but IMK, if they cut your staff, I'll put in a word." I'm assuming he means if they cut you from Memphis or you're gone from Memphis, I'll put in a word with Traylor. I'm speculating on that. I don't know that for a fact.
I'm thinking that's not IMK. That's a lowercase L.
Oh, it's an L. Ellen, what is that?
Let me know.
Let me know. Thank you, Pledge. Appreciate that. Somebody a little younger than me knows that kind of stuff. Let me know if they cut your stuff. I'll put in a word. I'm assuming that. Would you come to that assumption too, that if they cut you, I'll put in a word here with Coach Traylor and maybe we can bring you here. Obviously, the American Conference Media Days are going on in North Carolina, I believe. And, this was a big topic this morning. Head coach Jeff Traylor explains how he first found out about this exchange.
Obviously, the first I heard of it was approximately a week ago, and I immediately called Owen. It was the first I'd ever heard of it. And you have to understand, I'm in the quarterback room every day, so never a day I'm not with Owen. We had never heard a word of any of this. So I called Owen and asked him what the story was about. And Owen said that the kid he was communicating with was a high school teammate of his, and the kid randomly reached out to him, said the stuff that he sent him didn't make any sense at all, so he didn't tell me anything about it. So I got asked about it at THSCA, and I made a comment about it, and I still stand by it. I think it's had no bearing on the game whatsoever. I didn't know anything about it. He didn't tell me anything about it. He was just, Owen's a great kid. He was just being nice to his buddy, and he got, blown out of context, in my opinion.
Well, that seems to be the thought of the day, that is all being blown out of context. Now, Owen McCown was asked about this as well, and here's his response.
I'm 2-1-0 triangle of toughness, and I know it's talked about a lot. But
yeah, no, obviously, first and foremost, I didn't ask for any of that information. It kind of, based on my little emoji reaction, you can see it caught me, by surprise what happened. But like Coach said, the information was completely irrelevant, and it doesn't really, fit, how we take week in and week out, how we prepare. It was like I said, completely irrelevant, and that's all it was.
Owen, do you feel like this paints you in a bad light? Like, what would you say to the people who are kind of almost attacking you at this point?
Yeah, I just think they don't know how we process week in and week out. Like I said, the information had made zero sense. It was completely irrelevant to what we do week in and week out.
Interesting. So it was completely irrelevant, and quite frankly, I had a tough time getting through it. But I would assume that Owen McCown might understand that a little bit better than I do. It's interesting how this was a topic. And look, Owen McCown his integrity is beyond question, without a doubt. And I hope I'm not putting that into question, but I think this is a topic that needs to be covered when something like this happens. Now, apparently, Rael was previously reported to have left the team in October, in October before that November 2nd game. So the motive by Rael is, I guess, becoming clear. Maybe he got cut, didn't think he should get cut. So he said, well, I'll show you, Memphis. I'm going to send UTSA all the plays and everything you do. So that's kind of the motivation as it stands here, the way I see it and the way this article reads. Now, Jeff Traylor immediately coming to the defense of Owen McCown's integrity.
I'm 2-1-0 triangle of toughness, and I know it's talked about a lot, but our very first culture pillar is integrity, and it's doing what's right when no one's looking. The irony is, Owen McCown is the only player I've ever coached in my life, and I also coached his father. I've known his family literally since the 90s. I know his grandfather very well. There's not a family or a name better associated with the word integrity than the McCown family. So all this will do is rally our locker room around our leader, Owen McCown, because they know the kind of human that Owen McCown is.
Well, that's interesting, and that could very well be the case, especially if he's getting attacked. Now, that was J.J. Pettis, if you listen to the bite with Owen McCown, who was asked the follow-up question. And J.J. is all over UTSA athletics. That's what he does, and he's very good at it. Tim Pernetti is the commissioner of the American Conference, and he's basically saying this is a nothing burger either.
So I'm aware of the situation. Naturally, I've been having very open dialogue with Coach Traylor and Coach Silverfield about it. They're going to address it. I don't think it's really for me to address, but certainly we're aware of it and we're supporting the schools in it. But what I can tell you is there's really not much to this story. I think a lot of it has been, sensationalized, and some of it, I think, quite frankly, is clickbait. But beyond that, there's no one in this league. The thing to remember on this, Thomas, is the integrity of the game matters in this league. I've witnessed, I stood on sidelines last season and shook coaches' hands in pregame and watched players and had personal relationships with a lot of student athletes that have come and gone. The integrity of this thing means something to people in this league. So naturally, anything that flirts with the line, we're going to take seriously. But in this case, I think this has much ado about nothing.
Well, I love Tim Pernetti. I do, but I disagree with that, and maybe I'm the only one that disagrees with that. But I think it is a big deal. Now, if you cut a player and he happens to steal the playbook and stuff and sends it to the opposition, I guess there's not a lot you can do about that. But it just seems to me that if this guy did that, how many other guys are doing the same thing? and it never gets caught. And that's my concern. And I'm not exactly sure what you do about it. And I'm not necessarily blaming Owen McCown other than I think in hindsight, and if I'm Jeff Traylor, and I certainly don't want to be Jeff Traylor or tell Jeff Traylor what to do, but I would say, oh, and if that happens again, come tell me about it so we can get ahead of this thing. I mean, it just seems to me that if it's a nothing burger to everybody else, and I've seen a comment on our YouTube page that, hey, a dub's a dub, however you get it. Well, is it really? Pledge asked me earlier today, well, somebody gave you all the answers to a test. Would you not use them? And I just think that if the integrity of the league is what you're building your league on, then you need to make sure that integrity stands. Again, how do you prevent a guy from hijacking some of your plays and a disgruntled ex-football player, shooting it out? I just think that this is a bad look no matter where you slice it. And I don't think it's just one of those things that you say, well, it's a nothing burger. It's just clickbait. Okay, maybe it is. But it's still shining a really poor light on the American Conference and Memphis and UTSA in my mind. I just don't think this is something that's going to be swept under the rug, and I just think that it's something that has to be dealt with somehow or some way. Am I in the minority here? Does everybody else just think it's just nothing? And this was, and I'm again not taking a shot at Owen McCown. He's a great young man. He is. And I'm not saying he did anything wrong necessarily. I just wish he would have taken that stuff to Jeff Traylor immediately and said, look, this kid sent me this. He's a good friend of mine, but I just wanted to make sure that you know this. And I just think that would have been the way to handle it. He didn't do that. I'm not saying it made a difference in the game or not. I have no clue. And I will take Jeff Traylor's word that it didn't have anything to do with the win. It was a great football game. All I'm saying is now that shadow is there, and maybe this goes away. Maybe we're not even talking about it come Monday, and maybe it is nothing. It's just clickbait, and they're trying to spin it that way, and I get it. I understand that. But to me, it's a bigger deal than I think maybe everybody else. I know when I talked to Pledge, it was not a big deal to him. Not at all. Is it a big deal to you? I'd like to know. Let me know. Whether that's on our YouTube page at San Antonio Sports Star. You can get me on Twitter at Joe Reinagle 210, or you can give me a call, 210-656-3776, 656-ESPN. Am I blowing this out of proportion? Should it be nothing? Should it just be they answered it today and it's gone and everything's cool and okay? Or do you think it's a bigger deal than that? I'll leave it to you. You know how I feel. You know how Pledge feels. And we'll go from there. First, though, we got to take a break. We're really late. Craig, I see you on line one, and you want to talk about Project Marvel. I don't want to leave you holding because we're going to go to another segment, we talked about Project Marvel. If you're just joining us, the Spurs say they're going to kick in $1 billion or more to what is proposed to be a $3 to $4 billion project, the entire Project Marvel. Let's go to line one and Craig and let him get whatever he wants to say off his mind. Craig, welcome to the Blitz.
How you doing, sir?
I'm doing well. What's going on?
No, the only thing I was going to say is, most people make decisions on fear of loss or hope for gain. So if we lose the Spurs, if we don't do this, what does that cost? And if we do this, what do we make from it? So that's what they need to tell the voters.
All right, Craig, fair enough. Appreciate you holding on as long as you did. Good statement. In my mind, this city gets a publicity you cannot buy. There is no price tag on it. Plus, it is the identity of this city in a lot of ways, the San Antonio Spurs. It just is. So you lose a lot, and you stand to make a lot. I mean, more convention space, improve downtown. I mean, all the things that we can go through and talk about. And we will, because obviously it's a hot topic. We're going to do that. You got that to comment on. You got UTSA to comment on. And, well, you got Baylor head coach Dave Aronda, who I'm not sure what he was smoking today before his press conference, but we'll hear from him when we return here on The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the San Antonio Sports Star Studios, sponsored by George Salinas Injury Lawyers. This is KTFM Floresville.
1, 2, 3, Cowboys!
San Antonio's sports star is sending our boys to see the boys.
How about them Cowboys?
Our AA Best Bail Bonds coverage of Dallas Cowboys training camp in Oxnard, California begins Monday morning, July 28th. Sponsored in part by Southern Recipe Pork Rinds, Jim Beam, and AARP, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1, San Antonio's sports star.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Eczema flaring up again? We have good news. Exoderm. If you or someone you love suffers from eczema or dermatitis, get Exoderm, the common sense answer for eczema. This stuff really does work. Exoderm contains the #1 doctor-recommended ingredient in a clean hypoallergenic cream with no harsh additives. Take back control of your eczema with affordable, fast-acting Exoderm Flare Control Cream. Exoderm. It's in the first aid aisle of your local Walmart, H-E-B, and other fine stores.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Lowe's knows big savings make a big difference, especially when you're shopping for appliances. Hurry in to get up to 30% off select major appliances. Plus, My Lowe's Rewards members get free delivery, free haul away, free installation and parts on purchases of $2,500 or more. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 7/30. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Price, delivery time, and vehicle availability may vary based on order size and location. Exclusions apply. See Lowes.com/delivery for more details.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Now is the perfect time to start on your next success. Apply now and save with no application fee. Classes start August 13th. An accredited state university, University of Maryland Global Campus, offers online and hybrid courses. Plus, you can earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning and work experience, or transfer up to 12 credits towards a master's. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chevy.
Progressive's Teen Driver discount could lower the cost of insurance for your teenager and save you some money. And then you can still spend money on them. Because just when you think you have a grasp on spending, new sneakers! And then it's money for a school field trip, and of course spending money. Oh yeah, and a new phone to replace the one they dropped in the toilet. Oh, don't remind me. So just get Progressive's Teen Driver discount. And then you can continue to spend money on them. Endlessly. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discount not available in all states and subject to terms and conditions.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Cowboys right tackle Terrence Steele missed yesterday's practice while having his right ankle injury evaluated. James Slater of the NFL Network reports that Steele is dealing with a high ankle sprain. He is not expected to miss much time. Kansas Jayhawks head coach Bill Self was hospitalized. He is expected to make a full recovery after undergoing a heart procedure. And the Rangers return to action today right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. They'll take on the Braves at 6:30.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Oh, happy Friday, everybody. Oh, man, so happy you're here with us on this Friday afternoon. This beautiful city of San Antonio. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. Jason Minix has the day off today, but James Pledger is here in the glass box of fun, punching the buttons and playing the music, and we're just having a great time. A lot of news today. And I guess, Pledge, I got to just start off by saying we did a segment, if you're just joining us, on UTSA and some Memphis players sending some plays to Owen McCowan, the UTSA quarterback, and by consensus, I guess I'm in the minority here. Nobody gives a damn. So I guess we'll let it go with that. I don't know why it's a bigger deal to me than it is to everybody else. Gilbert P., in fact, on our YouTube page, San Antonio Sports Star, says, Memphis lost last year's news. Looking forward to a new season. All right. A lot of Roadrunner fans out here. And that's cool. That's cool. We'll that's how we'll go with that. No big deal. All right. Somebody sends plays to another team. That's not a big deal in today's world. Interesting. Pledge also sent me another thing. When we talked about Terrence Steele, a couple of different reports there. I had James Slater's report that it's a high ankle sprain. Clarence Hill said it's a low ankle sprain. So I guess somebody's right, but it's not serious either way. So he's going to be back, and he's going to be just fine. He also sent me something that I find very disturbing. And it's talking about Deuce Vaughn, the running back for the Dallas Cowboys. Now, look, I think that Deuce Vaughn is
he is gadget juice.
He is that. That is for sure. But according to Clarence Hill, friend of the show, says Cowboys running back Deuce Vaughn is getting more reps this year in camp than ever so before. He looks like Deuce. Now, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. He looks like Deuce.
He also knows there's a ticklish little pitch coming up.
I'm not sure what that means, and I'm not sure why. The guy's speedy, obviously, and all of that stuff. We talked about since he got to the Cowboys. But it's going to be interesting to see. Does he beat out Phil Maffa, who the Cowboys drafted? Because I don't think they're going to keep 4 running backs.
Who Shoddy spoke very highly of the other day.
Exactly. And then you've got Hunter Lupke as well, so you're going to keep 5 running backs? I'm not sure the Cowboys do that. But so who's going to be the odd man out? Will it be Maffa or will it be Deuce?
Well, can you sneak Lupke on as a tight end?
I guess we'll see what happens if he's playing that well. Now, keep in mind, too, we talk about this, and I know you want to look better than not, but it's just training camp. And it's just shorts and shells. All right, so nobody's hitting anybody. Nobody's really, you're rushing the quarterback, yes, but if you breathe on him, you're going to get fined. I mean, just so let's just keep in mind. And when Deuce Vaughn runs, or Javonte Williams runs, or Miles Sanders runs, or Maffa runs, whoever runs, nobody's tackling anybody. Just keep that in mind, okay? So when everybody says, "Oh, what a great camp this guy's having so far," I'll talk to you next week.
You hate Deuce Vaughn.
I don't hate the guy at all. No, there's no hate there, Pledge. But the guy is, 3'5"? And I mean, he's
so, new list. Live golfers, Sean Payton, Deuce Vaughn, rank them.
Well, Liv could, I don't know. Probably Liv is the top of the list. And I don't know if there's a hate for Sean Payton. It's just that he's overrated, for goodness sake.
Led his team to the playoffs with a rookie quarterback.
Well, sure he did. Absolutely. So that makes him the quarterback whisperer. Bo Nix played about 15 years in college, didn't he? Holy cow. That's for another show. Let's do the headline blitz.
I was just wondering. That's all.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. Two guys, two opinions, never enough time.
Because he's got it to pay me, and that would be very nice. You know, we're talking about Deuce Vaughn and he's vertically challenged. Baylor head coach Dave Aronda was at the coaches convention, and he's talking about recruiting, and very bizarre. Pay attention to this.
There's a scene in The Wolf of Wall Street when they're talking about throwing midgets, and it's like, hey, this midget, can he, can he roll there? And you go, no, he doesn't roll. You throw him. You know what I mean? And they're made for throwing. And then after a while, they start talking, and they go, well, you know what? If they may think they know we're making fun of them. The midgets may think that we're making fun of them, so then, they may get mad at us. And then the guys go, well, what we need to do is make them think they're one of us. And they go, one of us, one of us. And I think that's the thing with coaching, call it recruiting, it's that way. They talk about acquiring players, getting rid of players, just like that. And the whole thing underneath all that is they make them think they're one of us. You know what I mean? And it's like, but I don't know. Do you have to do that to win? That sucks.
Does anybody know what the hell he just said other than he wants to make midgets feel like one of us?
I know the scene he's talking about.
I know the scene he's talking about, too. I get it, but I'm not sure exactly. Is that
is he calling recruits midgets?
No, I don't think so. And I think what he's saying is you got to make recruits feel like one of us. I understand, I think, what he's saying. I just think it's a very bizarre.
It's a weird analogy.
Way to bring that up. And I bet everybody in that coaches convention, because the last time I checked, and I use the term, and I don't mean any offense by it, but midget, I mean, that's kind of frowned upon, isn't it?
Has not stopped you.
Well, I'm just saying it is kind of frowned upon, and he said it about 5 times. So, Baylor, I hope you win. Dave Aronda, yeah, that's weird. Now, Pledge sent me a story that I tell you, it really surprises me, and I wonder if it surprises you. There is a basketball card. What is it? Panini, right? Not a panini. What is it? Panini's an Italian dish, right?
Panini's an Italian dish.
Anyway, it's a panini, right? It's a Caitlin Clark panini, flawless WNBA rookie logo woman patch, sold for a record $660,000 at a Fanatics Collect auction.
It's a 101.
Highest selling women's sports trading card of all time. Now, you look at that a bunch of different ways. Now, Caitlin Clark, and I remember being intrigued by Caitlin Clark when she was still in college. And she was chasing Pistol Pete Maravich's record, which she eventually broke. And then she came to the WNBA and set that on fire her first year. This year, unfortunately for her, she's having to battle a bunch of injuries. But just think about what Caitlin Clark has done for the WNBA. And this is why I don't understand the hate, although I kind of do, right? If you're the star at your workplace and some hot shot comes in and then that guy or gal gets all the credit and you don't get any more, you might be a little bit bitter. But it makes everything better for everybody in the office. It's kind of hard to still be bitter about that, I would think. But that's what Caitlin Clark has done. She's coming to the WNBA, and because she was harassed in airports, guess what? Teams are flying private now. They don't have to walk through the airport and go to Spirit Airlines anymore. They can go and it's private. The revenue has gone up tremendously. So I don't understand. And then when you see this, that somebody is willing to pony up $660,000 for a Caitlin Clark rookie card. I mean, to me, the future's very bright in the WNBA, and a lot of it has to do with Caitlin Clark.
I don't know how bright it is.
Why?
Because you look at the potential What is the worst thing that could happen right now?
Caitlin Clark not playing.
Well, that's already happened.
It is.
What's the next word? What is Caitlin Clark not playing to the 10,000th level?
I don't know, Pledge. What?
A work stoppage.
Well, that could happen,
and
too.
They're talking about a labor agreement that they don't feel they're fairly being compensated by a team that's hemorrhaged money and been in the red for decades.
I got news for the WNBA. And for all the ladies, and I saw the shirts at the All-Star game and all of that stuff, and I get it. And there will be some collective bargaining, and I think they'll get a raise. I don't think they're going to get the money they want.
No.
And
but if they do a work stoppage,
if they want to commit professional suicide, then that's what they need to do.
That's the death of the W if they go into a work stoppage.
Well, it absolutely is, and I hope that they don't do that. And look, it's still losing money. The WNBA, their revenue's up, but they're losing money. Just give it some time, and I think that will all happen. I'll never forget Becky Hammond. That's why she went to Russia to play in the off season. That's where she made all of her money. But she enjoyed playing in the WNBA, but she had to go make money. And a lot of these people, and look, Caitlin Clark, I'm not going to say she doesn't care, because she's made about $11 million in endorsements this year. So she's got her money. She's doing just fine. And I know a lot of these other ladies are doing that too. But, man, you're right, Pledge. I'll give you credit for that. You are absolutely right. If they go into a work stoppage, man, they're screwed. They're absolutely screwed. And I hope that doesn't happen. You know, some of these sports, but it hurts. You know, the NBA, it hurt a little bit when they have these stoppages and these lockouts. NFL as well. That's why they try desperately now to avoid those things.
Well, think about what it did to baseball.
That too.
It almost killed it until the home run race between McGuire and Sosa brought it back.
The steroid bowl, huh?
They needed to take performance enhancing drugs just to get people back in the door.
Absolutely, and that's why I have a hard time why everybody's poo-pooing on that. That saved baseball. You're absolutely right. Sammy Sosa and McGuire saved baseball. That absolutely happened. So, look, you're right. I'll give you credit for that because, man, that's professional suicide.
I'm just saying, we've got all of these things pointing straight up.
Yeah.
But they're coming to a tipping point, and the other side of that tipping point is straight back down.
Somebody will talk some sense into them, I hope. I really do hope so. I honestly do. Because they are on an upward trend, and somebody needs to explain to them, you need to keep going, be patient. It's going to happen. We'll see what happens with that. I got to get to this. Do you remember, what was it, the British Open, I believe? Scotty Scheffler.
You mean the Open Championship?
The British Open is what I meant. And Scotty Scheffler hit a shot, and it sounded like this.
This is a great view of it here because so far above the green, downwind you can get onto this green, but Scheffler.
Do you remember that? We played it here on the Blitz, if you were listening. In the background, you heard a little fart noise. And farts are always funny, by the way. It is happening. Also, who did that? Was that somebody in the crowd? Somebody who was that? Well, we got the answer today.
I have a very important question for you. At the Open, I'm trying to remember what hole it was. I think it was the 17th. Did you fart?
Oh.
Yeah, that was me.
Was it? Actually?
Oh, yeah, that was me.
That's awesome. Was that just a complete accident?
You're out there for like 6 hours. Like you're eating some different food over there. Some stuff's going to happen. Like,
did you know that it was that loud?
No, I mean, you never know when the boom mic's there. You never know what they're going to pick up.
Scotty Scheffler is the farter. He admitted to it today. And I'm happy that he came clean because now that mystery is solved and we don't have to worry about it anymore. Scotty Scheffler, he did it. Come on. I mean, when we go play golf, I'm sure you probably do that, I don't know, 10 times while you're out there. There's no boom mics on any golf course that I'm aware of unless you're a PGA Tour player. That's what happens. Pledge, coming up at the bottom of the hour, about 3:35, we are going to talk with a gentleman that knows Adam Sandler very well. His name is Chris Titone, and he is Adam Sandler's brother-in-law, but he is in the new movie Happy Gilmore 2, which, by the way, debuts today on Netflix. So we're going to talk to Chris Titone coming up here in just a moment about Happy Gilmore 2.
He also has a weird relationship with somebody that you absolutely love.
Well, I don't know, and I'm scared to ask him because I don't know if they're still together or not, but he either is or was married to Sean Payton's daughter, the head coach of the Denver Broncos, the
Your favorite guy.
quarterback whisperer. So I don't know whether to ask him that. I've been trying to find him and scanning the internets, trying to find if they're still married or not. And so I probably won't be bringing that up, Pledge. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. When we come back, we're going to talk a little Dallas Cowboys football. Dak Prescott, what motivates him? Try not to laugh. Okay? Try not to laugh. We'll do that when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The Morning Huddle.
It makes me wonder if there's people who go, okay, I guess I'm just going to stop alcohol and red meat. Like,
I don't think anybody's ever
who
said
picks that choice?
No,
They moved to California. It's them. That's half the population just moved there. It's the only place you can exist.
Eat water and lettuce the rest of your life? I'd rather die of gout.
You're going to have to live in Berkeley. Okay, there's a space for you up in Berkeley.
The Morning Huddle with AJ and Rob. Weekday mornings 6 to 10. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hunger striking, snack time calling, it's crunch time. Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds brings you the boldest protein-packed crunch you can't resist with mouth-watering flavors like hot honey, sweet barbecue, and sea salt and cracked black pepper. Why settle for chips when you can level up your snacking game? Plus, they're low-carb, high-protein, and made for adventurous appetites. Score big flavor today. Grab Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds at H-E-B.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Turn things all the way up and find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy.
Looking for a place with character, cold drinks, and real Texas charm? Pull up a chair at the Lion and Rose in the Dominion. This local favorite, run by the Tharp family, serves up Southern hospitality, military pride, and seriously good food. Happy hour daily from 3 till 7 p.m. with $2.50 drafts, select wine, wells, and mimosas. Plus, tasty bites from just $5. Big screens, bold flavors, and a patio made for post-game hangs. Now open at 23330 West I-10. The Lion and Rose.
Rate free at AutoZone, now through July 28th.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Did you see that crazy video yesterday of Dak Prescott riding a broomstick? I don't know what the hell they're doing out there.
I sent it to you.
Oh, I know, but it's just like, I don't get it. I don't understand what that. Well, I guess they were just horsing around. You know, boys will be boys. You have some free time, and you're out there just kind of horsing around. But it was interesting, but kind of weird, actually. But whatever you want to do.
Is it comparing midget tossing to?
Well, I don't think so.
Recruiting,
no.
Weird.
Dude, that was Dave Aronda. I guess he liked The Wolf of Wall Street, huh? It was a good movie. It was a good movie, considering it was a kind of based on a true story anyway. But interesting. Cowboys have the day off today. They're not practicing out in Oxnard, but their quarterback Dak Prescott, he hit the media circuit, if you will, yesterday, and he's catching some. I wouldn't say heat on this, but it's kind of like a snicker, maybe, by some people when he was asked what motivates him.
Yeah, having fun and winning the Super Bowl, period. That's what I want. It's what I want from this game, and I know it's what everyone wants in this locker room. We got a head coach who I know is hungry for it, who just hearing him speak about his dad, right, and his father having those chances and those opportunities. Super Bowl, winning. And obviously if we give everything we can and you go at it, you know, there's a lot of good things and patches and pats on the back, I guess you can say, on the way of attempting that, but that's what's on my mind. And 10 in, ready to play another 10. But I want that first and foremost now, and that is the urgency that I carry with just the love and the passion of this game is not only wanting to win for myself, but one win for this organization. It's been, damn long enough, but knowing what it'll do for the guys in the locker room. And, yeah, just we got to keep that at the forefront of our mind. That's why I said Tyler Smith saying that, Shotty saying that, guys not backing down from that. Yeah, look it in the face, look it in the eyes, and do whatever you can. I think that helps you, choose your sacrifices. I think that makes choices for you, I think that shows you the lane that you need to go if you just keep that on your mind. When you're on the field, when you're in drills, when gets hard, or, when you're at home on your personal time and you're trying to figure out, should I do this or should I do that? If we keep that on our mind, not just me, everyone. When one thinks something is good, but when two think it is powerful, when we can get 100, plus guys to think it can happen. So that's what it's about.
That's all. Oh, sorry. What was funnier than that was I got 10 in, I got 10 more to go. So Dak's ready to rock. He is definitely ready to rock. And so are we. We are going to visit with a gentleman by the name of Chris Titone, who is in Happy Gilmore 2, which debuts today, by the way, on Netflix, and comes out today. Happy Gilmore, the first one, was fantastic. I'm sure this is going to be great as well. We'll talk with Chris Titone when we continue here on The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Monday on the Morning Huddle, we're out here in sunny California, Rob.
Oxnard or bust, but there's a whole lot more going on. We're certainly talking football, but the world continues to spin. Get here early. The party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keep coming back? Tremfya, guselkumab, may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
Do you need to get rid of things like furniture, mattresses, tires, and appliances? San Antonio has 4 drop-off centers for residential bulky items conveniently located around the city, open 5 days a week except holidays. Visit sarecycles.org. This service is free for solid waste customers that pay the environmental fee on their CPS energy bill, including customers that live in apartments. Visit sarecycles.org for hours, locations, and accepted materials. That's sarecycles.org.
You know the Roo Pub is proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the Big Blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, hims.com/joy.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
Friday afternoon in the beautiful city of San Antonio. Man, I'm having a great time. I hope you are as well. Thank you for spending a little bit of time with us. We're going to take a little comic relief here on the Blitz today on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinigle. Jason Minix is off today. James Pledger, though, is here. Happy Gilmore 2 is debuting today on Netflix. So I want to see it. I can't wait to see it. And one of the folks that is involved in that movie is a fine gentleman by the name of Chris Titone, who joins us now on the Buyers Barricades guest line. And Chris, first of all, welcome to the Blitz here in San Antonio.
Hey, what's up, man? Thank you so much for having me. The Blitz in San Antonio.
That's right. Well, yeah, it was sports talk radio, but we like to have a little fun too, Chris. And so, look, the first Happy Gilmore was fantastic. And I'm assuming after making this and being a part of it, the second one's going to be just as funny.
Yeah, I mean, the first one, Happy Gilmore 1, I consider that a perfect movie. It's perfect. So, when we decided to make the sequel, we really had to be careful, and I think we did, man. It's really funny. It's out on Netflix today.
Chris, I'm one of these guys that I like watching trailers before I decide to watch a movie if I haven't seen it yet. So I've seen the Happy Gilmore 2 trailer, and there's so many cameo appearances by stars of golf, of Hollywood, of all kinds. A lot of surprises, aren't there?
Yeah, there's like probably 20, 25 cameos. Scotty Scheffler's in it. Bryson DeChambeau's in it. You got Shooter McGavin from last time still in it. Julie Bowen. I mean, everyone's in this movie, man. Eminem pops up.
Oh, that's fantastic. How much fun is it to make a movie like Happy Gilmore when it's just and I say this because I love movies like this. It's just an escape from reality for an amount of time, and I love those kind of movies.
Yeah, man. I mean, we're a crew that have been working together for 30 years, so we're all like family. We're just like you have an office and this person or that person. It's the same thing. So to make Happy Gilmore 2 all together, it was great. It was like summer camp. We were in Orange, New Jersey.
Orange, New Jersey. Oh, wow. Now, I will mention, and I haven't brought this up, but you are Adam Sandler's brother-in-law, and I would imagine that that's got to be a lot of fun in itself.
Yeah, for sure.
No doubt about it. Now, my producer, James Pledger, just put up that Paige Spiraniak is in it. Do you know who Paige is? A women's golfer who is very easy to look at.
Oh, yes, I do. She's fantastic. She's a good actress as well.
Is she really? So she's got all kinds of talents, is what you're telling me. That's good.
Yeah.
Well, we met her at the Super Bowl, Chris, and it was an interesting interview, to say the least. It was interesting.
Where were you guys? At Radio Row?
Yeah, we were. We always go out to the Super Bowl, Radio Row, and she was out there. I can't remember what she was promoting. I think it was something, that new venture she was in, but it was a lot of fun to interview. She's a hell of a golfer too, by the way.
That's what I've heard.
Not bad. And apparently she gives lessons. I don't know if I could afford her, but what the hell? It might be money well spent.
She's really good. I bet her lessons don't come cheap.
We're visiting with actor Chris Titone. And Chris, I can't wait to see this movie. But that aside, you've got a lot going on your own. I mean, my goodness, you've been on a ton of movies. And I understand, and I've been told that you've got a Snickers commercial coming out. What is all that about?
So we just did a Subway commercial. It's me and Shooter McGavin in it. It's a Subway Happy Gilmore 2 collab. Bryson DeChambeau's in that one. And then I also just did a Snickers commercial. That's like an NFL Snickers collab commercial. That'll be out, I'd say 2 months. And, it's going to be a really good time. I love acting, man. I've been doing it a long time.
Now, Chris, I've got to ask you, what made you decide to become an actor?
I was a kid actor. I did a lot of stuff when I was a kid. I did a Kool-Aid commercial. I did a lot of J.C. Penney ads, and it just stuck with me.
Well, yeah, that's interesting. J.C. Penney ads. Were you in the catalog, or it was a TV thing?
I was. J.C. Penney used to be, if you looked at like the women's section, it was all the same woman, and it was all the same man in the man section. And I was the little boy for the little boy section.
Oh, wow. Well, that's kind of cool. I remember as a kid getting the J.C. Penney catalog. I've probably seen you before.
Yeah, you probably have. They're all gone now, man. I got to find one of those.
Yeah, no kidding, man. They just don't make them like they used to. Chris Titone joining us. He is in the new movie that debuts today on Netflix, Happy Gilmore 2. Just acting in general, it's a tough business to get into, I would imagine. Now, you started as a kid, you say, in commercials like that, but how difficult is it to stay relevant, I guess, as an actor?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like every other business where you just have to take a no and say, okay, and move on and keep trying and trying and trying. And it's, the only difference between a winner and a loser is a winner heard no one more time and said, you know what, I'm going for it anyway. And it's the same thing in acting, man.
It's tough to do that because obviously everybody that's in any kind of business has heard no and has gotten rejected at some point in time. But I mean, what made you keep going? Because I'm sure you've heard the word no and doors slammed in your face, but you kept going, and here you are.
Yeah, I mean, it was never about one project for me. It was never about, really wanting this. It was really wanting to be an actor, and that comes along with yeses and nos, and, just doing it, that's the win.
We're visiting with Chris Titone here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. But you're not just an actor, I understand. You write scripts as well, and in fact, very successful at it. You just sold one to Netflix, didn't you?
Yeah, my last one was a Kevin James movie called Home Team. He's Paul Blart. I didn't write Paul Blart, but I wrote his last movie.
Yes.
And then, I just sold a new one called 80K to Blow to Netflix. That'll be out in like a year and a half. We haven't even shot it yet.
Now, 80K to Blow, that sounds interesting. Is it what I'm thinking of, or is it something different?
It's something different. It's 80K, 80,000, and then to blow is like to get rid of. We have to get rid of
to blow. I'm thinking. Okay, sorry, my mind's in the gutter, Chris. I apologize.
Well, I did that on purpose. So you're right on track.
Right on track, huh? Okay, Chris Titone joining us here on the Blitz. Now, this is a sports station, Chris. So, are you a sports fan, and do you have a team?
Yeah, I mean, I'm from South Florida, so I'm Dolphins, Marlins, I think, right?
Dolphins, Marlins. Well, I'm sorry about this because this is Dallas Cowboy country here.
Oh, okay. That's all right. I mean, hey, I've met Jerry Jones, nicest guy in the world.
Isn't
Man,
he, though?
So nice.
He really is. Now, how did you meet Jerry Jones?
I was at a restaurant, and I was with a woman, and we both walked up, and he saw that a woman was walking up, and him and the 10 guys he was having dinner with all stood up because a woman came close to the table. It was really cool.
Well, wow, Chris, it must have been a pretty shiny woman then, huh?
Well, he's just very proper. He's a nice guy.
Oh, he was black. But look, Jerry Jones got a reputation with the ladies. Maybe not anymore. I mean, he's 82 years old, but at one time he was quite the ladies' man.
Oh, I don't think it was that. This was recent.
I got you. No, he's a nice guy. We love him. You kind of love to hate Jerry Jones because Cowboy fans around here, sometimes they agree with what he does, sometimes they don't agree with what he does. But he's a hell of a nice guy. We like him. He keeps us entertained. That's for sure.
Love him or hate him, you know his name. He's doing something right.
That's all it is. Chris Titone joining us now. He is in the movie which debuts today on Netflix, Happy Gilmore 2. Chris, I tell you what, it's just a lot of fun to talk to you, my friend, and I wish you all the best and all the success in the world, not only on this movie, Happy Gilmore 2, but your new movie, 80K to Blow, and whatever else you do in life and in acting and whatever.
Dude, thank you so much, and I hope the same for you. I hope you have me back when 80K to Blow drops.
Well, absolutely. Well, we'll book it right now, my friend. We really like to talk to you, and we appreciate your time.
Man, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Chris Titone in the new movie Happy Gilmore 2 debuts today on Netflix. I can't wait to see that thing, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Of course, Chris and all of our guests appear via the Buyers Barricades guest line. Buyers Barricades provides traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond online at buyersbarricades.com. So Chris Titone, it's going to be interesting to see. He is Adam Sandler's brother-in-law, and is he gone, Pledge? Okay.
Andy Lee.
He didn't want us to mention that too much for whatever reason, but that's okay. Nice guy. I'm sure he's a nice guy. I've seen him in other on other interviews, and I don't know. Would you, if I was Adam Sandler's brother-in-law, I think I'd be taking out ads saying I'm Adam Sandler's brother-in-law. I mean, I don't know. I would. Hey, yeah, that's me. I'm Adam Sandler's brother-in-law. And the way I understand it, he is Adam Sandler's wife's brother. So that's how they're related. And we couldn't bring up, and for everybody that was wondering about this, whether we should, he was married to Sean Payton's daughter, but they're since divorced. And I bet you that's the woman that Jerry Jones stood up for. Because he knew that was Sean Payton's daughter, I'm sure.
Look, we had a great conversation. He brought it up, not me. That's how I found out that they were in fact divorced now. But he was like, yeah, I was a Saints fan, then a Broncos fan because, my wife married Sean Payton, and now I don't know what to do.
Well, dude, again, Guess what? I'm Adam Sandler's brother-in-law. Take that. That's what I'd be saying. You kidding me? Now, look, he's and I'm not saying I'm sure he's a fine actor, and I'll be honest with you. There's some guys on our YouTube page saying they've never heard of him. I hadn't either, to be honest with you. And nothing against him. He seems like a nice guy. He's not very talkative, but he seems like a nice guy. But I mean, he's been in a lot of Adam Sandler movies, so his brother-in-law takes care of him. So that's not a bad thing. I mean, who knows? Chris Titone, watch Happy Gilmore 2, and we'll talk about that, I'm sure, here on the Blitz at some point in time. I love the first one. The only thing, the difference is
he called it the perfect movie.
Well, the first one he called the perfect movie. I should have asked him why he thought that. I'm not sure it was the perfect movie.
I mean, it was pretty good.
Well, it was really good, and the question is, you know, a lot of times you have a movie like that that's kind of genius, different, and you make a sequel, it's just not as good. It just doesn't live up to the hype. So
Anchorman 2.
Well, exactly. Hangover 2 was not good. The first one was genius. It was a great idea the way they did it, but I didn't like Hangover 2. Rocky 2 maybe was one I think, you know, Rocky 2 might have been better than the first one.
But that one funny movie.
Well, I get that, but it's still a sequel.
Sure.
You could go Godfather 2 might have been better than Godfather 1.
Sure.
I'm just saying.
Comedy sequels are hard to live up to because a lot of the times you're trying to recapture what you did in terms of the jokes. And by doing that, you're just kind of rehashing the same joke.
What I was fascinated with just watching the trailer, and if you haven't seen the trailer, you should go and watch it because I am interested in watching the movie because I like the first one so much. There's so many cameos. John Daly's in this thing. I mean,
that's going to be fantastic.
Justin Thomas is in this thing. Colin Morikawa is
I mentioned Paige Sporaniak's in this.
Paige Sporaniak's in it. Yes, that might be worth the price of admission. And then you don't have Carl Weathers because he's no longer with us. But
a couple of people.
Has it been a couple of people, huh?
Yeah, because the original actor that was heckling Happy Gilmore.
Ah, okay.
So Eminem is cameoing as his son.
Interesting. Well, they've got a Carl Weathers son in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't remember that dude's name, but
Tubbs.
Was it Tubbs? And he had the wood hand or whatever.
The one hand.
Yeah. So we'll see it. And Bob Barker's gone. Right? Bob Barker was in the first one. That was a funny scene.
Will Bob Barker's son be in this?
I have no idea. I really don't know. And, it's one of those things, and I was right when we were talking to Chris. I was like, this is a movie that I don't want to think about anything else that's going on. I just want to be brain dead for about 2 hours.
Something tells me this is that movie.
That's exactly what I want, but that's what you want. I don't want any politics involved. I don't want any kind of crap involved. I just want to be brain dead for a couple of hours and escape. And that's what movies like this are all about, and that's what I like. So I'm looking forward to seeing this movie. Before we were talking to Chris Titone, we were talking Dallas Cowboys, and I was snickering at Dak Prescott.
Here we go!
Especially saying that he's 10 in, he's got 10 more to go. I wonder who he's going to play the next 10 for. Maybe the next 2 or 3 for Dallas, but after that, I wonder where he'll go. You think maybe, I don't know, Philly?
You think Jerry's cutting him loose?
Yes, I do. He's damn sure not getting another contract.
Why not?
With the Cowboys? Now, look, Prescott could.
What's one thing we always say about Jerry Jones?
Look, I don't give a damn.
He's loyal to a fault.
Dak Prescott's going to be 31 years old by the time the season starts. And he's not going to give him another contract. So he's still got like 4 years left on this one. Now, Jerry's probably obligated for the next 2, and then it might be cost prohibitive to get rid of him. Now, look, if Dak Prescott, I can't believe I'm saying this with a straight face.
Come on.
Wins a Super Bowl, then that's a different thing. Look, Dak Prescott will go down in Cowboys infamy if he does that. I can't,
infamy, not history.
I can't say it with a straight face. Then maybe that's different. But at some point in time, the Cowboys have to move on. They've got to start thinking about life after Dak Prescott. I mean, you just do. And if Dak got another contract, he's certainly not getting another highest paid in the league guy. He wouldn't get that. Or Jerry would just be dumb. And I'm not convinced he wasn't dumb to give him the one this time around.
So if he was dumb to give him this one, he's done things before.
He's not getting another contract with the Cowboys. If Dak Prescott wants to play another 10 years and he lasts this one out, so the last 6 will be, I have a feeling, bouncing around. Look, same thing happened with the Joe Montana. Remember, he went to Kansas City. Things didn't work out there. He was great in San Francisco. Didn't work out that great. Some of these quarterbacks do that. Aaron Rodgers leaves Green Bay. Hasn't really done very well.
Here's the difference between Joe Montana and Aaron Rodgers and Dak Prescott.
Uh-huh.
Those other guys had guys behind them. Steve Young, Jordan Love.
Yeah. Cowboys have Joe Milton.
Now they do.
But
is he the guy?
I don't know. I don't know the answer
In
to that.
3 years, will we know the answer?
Although Dak Prescott talks very highly of young Joe Milton.
He does.
He really does. So, look, I don't know, dude. I don't know what's happening. I would just worry about 1 year at a time for the Dallas Cowboys because that's really all we can do.
Maybe Arch Manning's the future.
Arch, you know what's funny? Arch Manning's everybody's future. Have you seen this? There's a story in Orange Bloods, which they cover everything Texas, that the article says, and I'm paraphrasing here, that this guy was talking to an NFL executive, and he said everybody is salivating over Arch Manning. Salivating was the word. No, that's sucking. I'm talking about salivating.
I thought I heard some saliva in there.
Uh-huh. Just that picture I get when you play Pledge. Dude, you don't do this to me. We got 2 hours left to go. I'm distracted already. What was I talking about? Arch Manning, they're salivating over him. First of all, I don't know what makes the NFL teams think that this kid's just going to play 1 year at Texas. Although you and I were having this discussion, and I said, well, look, if they win a national championship, then I could see maybe Arch Manning says, okay, I did what I can do with Texas, and boom, let's go to the NFL and see what happens.
Not if the Browns have the number 1 pick.
Well, it's either going to be the Browns or the Saints, most likely. That would be my bet right now. One of those two. Now, the Saints, I could see
that.
Arch
legacy.
maybe wanting to go there because that's where his grandpa played. So that's a possibility. But we're crowning Arch Manning as the greatest quarterback alive, and he hasn't done anything yet. I mean, for goodness sake.
Are you saying we just don't know about Arch Manning?
No, I think the odds are pretty good. The odds are good that Arch is going to be great. But you're right, Pledge. We just don't know. We don't know.
Well, the good thing is we have seen a sample size of Arch. He had to start 2 games.
He did.
And play most of a third.
It was one against UTSA and the other was against Mississippi State, I think.
Mississippi State.
Okay. Look, I have all the confidence in the world that Arch Manning is going to be the next. But, it's just funny to me that we're crowning him as the Heisman Trophy winner already. Texas has already won the national championship in most people's minds.
Really?
And he's going to the NFL right after this season.
That's the one. That is the one thing that I just don't. Nothing that Arch has done to this point indicates that I think he's leaving after 1 year.
Well, I don't think so either. But again, the only scenario I can see if he does that is if Texas wins the national championship. Then you ride out on the sunset as a hero. Boom. You and Vince Young got it done here recently, and then I maybe I could see it.
To me, and this is the only scenario that I could see it being a thing. He has to win the national championship, and the absolute perfect situation has to be at number 1 for him.
Right. So it's not going to be Cleveland. I wouldn't want him to go to Cleveland.
But I think there's a multitude of teams that he probably wouldn't want to go to.
Well, here's what I'm hearing. So bear with me. And I'm hearing this from a bunch of LA lovers, okay?
Oh.
All right. The Rams have 2 first-round draft picks this year.
They do.
They do. Matt Stafford's getting a little long in the tooth.
He is.
So if Arch decides to come out, do the Rams use that draft capital for whoever has that number 1 pick? Although if it's Cleveland or the New Orleans Saints, they both need a quarterback, so that'd be very difficult to do. Maybe he ends up with the Rams. That wouldn't be the worst possible place for him.
That would not. Great media market, great organization, great head coach.
They got a good defense, young defense.
Or if he doesn't come out, do they trade those first picks to get more capital for the future to be able to blow the socks off of somebody the following year when he actually does come out?
That could actually happen, Pledge. Could actually happen. Well, I guess we just have to wait and see because we just don't know what's going to happen with this guy. Arch Manning, we'll talk more about that later in the show. But Happy Gilmore, too. Go see that. We'll talk about it on Monday. All right, that's appointment. That's your homework over the weekend is to watch it. It's on Netflix. I think everybody on the planet has Netflix now, right?
You aren't going to watch it?
Well, I might.
You're going to be in Oxnard.
I might watch it on the plane, flying to Oxnard. That'd be a perfect spot to watch it. I'll download it tonight. I'll have it on my tablet.
That actually is. It's
good
probably
idea,
the perfect amount of time.
It is. Perfect 2.5-hour flight. I don't know how long the movie is.
I can tell you.
Well, it doesn't really matter. As long as it's not over 2.5 hours, I'm good. But that's what I'll do. So everybody else, your homework is to carve out a couple of hours, watch it, and we'll talk about it on Monday.
Hour 54.
Perfect. See that? Perfect. All right. There's your homework. We'll talk that. More Cowboys talk coming up as well. Again, the Spurs made it known what they're going to do with Project Marvel. A lot of interest in that earlier in the show today, so we'll bring that back up. And if you got something to say on that, you can certainly chime in at Joe Reinagle 210 on Twitter or X or whatever it is. You can also reach us on our YouTube page at San Antonio Sports Star. Like and subscribe there, will you? Smash that like button. You know, Alexandra hasn't mentioned that lately. She used to be our cheerleader for smashing that button. I haven't heard her say that in a long time. So
she was the champion.
So, Alexandra, if you're out there, you need to get on the folks in our YouTube page and have them smash that like button. Or you can also call us, 210-656-3776, 656-ESPN. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the San Antonio Sports Star Studios, sponsored by George Salinas Injury Lawyers. This is KTFM Floresville. Will Dallas's Micah Parsons finally get his new deal while in Oxnard? We're there. And if he does, you'll hear about it first and in depth right here.
You gonna have to earn that paycheck against me.
San Antonio Sports Stars coverage of Dallas Cowboys training camp, brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds and sponsored in part by Southern Recipe Pork Rinds, Jim Beam, and AARP. Starting Monday morning live from Oxnard, California, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Macy's has summer deals so big, it's like Black Friday in July. Come in for unbeatable summer savings, like dazzling fine jewelry, now 40 to 75% off, and airy linen blazers from Tommy Hilfiger and more for over half off. Plus, get 3-piece floral print comforter sets for just $21.99. These deals are too big to wait for November, so hurry in. Black Friday in July and Sunday at Macy's. Savings off already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
It's Texas Quarter Horse Racing's biggest weekend at Retama Park. Friday is Summer Showdown and Saturday is Retama Park Derby and the $650,000 TQHA Futurity Race. Visit retamapark.com for all the details.
If you need to hire, it seems like the whole process can be exhausting. You search resumes, wait for the right candidates to apply, set up initial interviews. It's a lot of time and work. Well, what if you could meet with qualified candidates for your job the very next day? Now you can with Zip Intro from ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Zip Intro is super easy to use. You simply pick a time, and it does all the work of finding and scheduling qualified candidates for you. Then you can choose who you want to talk to and meet with great people on back-to-back video calls as soon as the next day. Best of all, you save time and energy.
Try Zip Intro for free right now at this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Zip Intro. Post jobs today, talk to qualified candidates tomorrow. Once again, go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
This is the story of the one.
As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The Gomez Law Firm has been San Antonio's trusted law firm for 50 years. We have Jose with the Gomez Law Firm here with us today. Jose, tell us about the cases you all specialize in.
We do ride-sharing cases, we do 18-wheeler cases, work injuries. We will be happy to take a look at and see if we can help.
If you or your family have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, you need to visit joegomezlaw.com. Call the Gomez Law Firm at 736-4040.
Now is the perfect time to start on your next success. Apply now and save with no application fee. Classes start August 13th. An accredited state university, University of Maryland Global Campus offers online and hybrid courses. Plus, you can earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning and work experience, or transfer up to 12 credits towards a master's. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chevy.
Hi, it's me, Flo, here to tell you that with the Progressive Home and Auto Bundle, you get 24/7 protection, so you're covered no matter where the day takes you.
Even bad hair day?
Yep.
And tree branch fell on my car day?
Especially that day. Progressive has you covered 24/7 for your home and auto.
How about thought it was chicken, but it was tuna day? Or overnight construction outside my bedroom day?
Those days too.
Great, because that was each day this week.
Been there. Well, at least your home and auto are covered every day with Progressive.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-743-8080. That's 1-800-743-8080. Or go to SelectQuote.com. 1-800-743-8080. That's 1-800-743-8080.
SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at selectquote.com/commercials.
Every great team has its core players, but when the season gets tough, adding the right free agent can make all the difference. The same goes for business. At Robert Half, we found that 67% of companies surveyed plan to increase their use of contract talent to handle workload peaks and backlogged projects. With Robert Half's specialized recruiters' experience, combined with our award-winning AI, you can quickly find the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, we know talent. Discover how we can help at roberthalf.com/talent.
Hot damn! Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea just got harder with Twisted Tea Extreme. Twisted Tea Extreme is made with real brewed tea, goes down smooth, and an 8% kick of alcohol. Dial up the fun with Twisted Tea Extreme. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, the San Antonio Spurs have made it known what they're going to kick in for Project Marvel. They say over $1 billion for the entire $3 to $4 billion project. $500 million for the new arena and coverage of cost overruns. Additional $500 million in private downtown development in the area, and $60 million in other community incentives. Terrence Steele's got a high ankle sprain. Not serious.
Sports Center brought to you by Centergenics. Book your appointment at fixmylowteam.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons, the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Happy Friday, everybody. We have made it
I hope you're having a great Friday afternoon. Thank you for stopping by here and spending a part of your day with us here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle. Jason Minix has the day off. James Pledger is here, however, in his glass box of fun, playing the music and pushing the buttons. And what a great day. What a great day. Lots going on in the city of San Antonio. But, Pledge, I got to tell you, I didn't know. Did you know that there is a National Whataburger Day? Did you have any clue that there's a National Whataburger Day?
I mean, at this point, I wouldn't be shocked if you told me there was a National Toe Fungus Day.
Well, there probably is. But on Friday, August 8th, also known as National Whataburger Day, Whataburger's going to be offering 75-cent Whataburgers to rewards members. Are you a reward member?
No.
Well, you just download the app. It's easy.
Okay.
I mean, it's easy. I've got it, but I never use it. I always forget about it. I wish they'd tell me you got a rewards thing. However, 75-cent Whataburger, and they're doing that because it's the 75th anniversary of Whataburger. Now, I know there's a lot of people kind of down on Whataburger these days, but I like Whataburger.
I'm still a fan.
I'm still a huge fan of Whataburger. So I will be taking advantage of that 75-cent Whataburger. Now, you still got to buy the fries and the drink, but you're getting the Whataburger for 75 cents. So, interesting. Does that mean you get a double meat Whataburger for $1.50?
Ooh.
I'm going to ask. That's a relevant question.
Probably not.
Because I prefer those. Now, Whataburger's good with just one patty, but
I got the triple the other day.
Oh, no way.
Oh, absolutely.
I've never had the triple. Is it good?
Oh, God.
See, I like it. I like
triple meat, triple cheese, triple bacon.
Holy cow, dude. Wow. I'd have a heart attack if I ate that thing.
You'll be fine.
I'd be Hulk Hogan. Dude, bacon, 3 patties, 3 slices of cheese. Holy cow.
Well, you can need cheese in between each patty.
I get it. But, man, now I like the double meat. Put some jalapenos on that thing, and I'm ready to roll. But I've never.
See, this is how you avoid the heart attack. Don't get the jalapenos on this one.
Jalapenos are good for you, man. They're good for you. They speed up your metabolism. So I get the.
Are you sure?
Triple, double meat Whataburger, large fries, and a Diet Coke. That's how I get by, right there, baby. That's how you do it. So anyway, you're welcome. It is National Whataburger Day on August the 8th, so 75 cents for a single patty Whataburger.
You'll be back in time.
They call it the number one. Yes, I will be, actually. I will be back. We are going out to Oxnard. We leave tomorrow morning. Jason, myself, Rob, and AJ will be out there. We'll start our shows on Monday. But it is all courtesy of AA Best Bail Bonds. They are sending us out there, sponsoring our show. Jim Beam's involved as well, as is a lot of sponsors, and we appreciate all of them. We're going to have a good time out there. I guarantee you. A lot of drama happening in Cowboysville. That's for sure. So, Southern Recipe, small batch pork rinds, that's another one. So, we appreciate you guys, sincerely. All the sponsors.
Jim Beam.
I already mentioned that. Yeah.
AARP?
AARP. That's right. Yes, AARP is
only you had a sheet of paper over there with all of them on it.
I do, but I don't see that on here. Maybe it's on this back page right here.
I think it is.
Okay. Yeah, it sure is. That's awesome. Hey, by the way, in all sincerity, if you want to go see the Cowboys take on the Atlanta Falcons, preseason game on Friday, August 22nd, they kick at 6 o'clock at AT&T Stadium. AARP is making that happen. You just register to win your pair of tickets. It's sasportstar.com, sasportstar.com, and register there, and you might win a pair of tickets courtesy of AARP to go see the Cowboys take on the Falcons. And I believe that's preseason game number 3. So who knows? Somebody might play that you like there, but you don't want to miss your chance to see America's team live and in action. And again, brought to you by AARP and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Should be a lot of fun. So go to sasportstar.com and register for your chance to win those tickets. Had a good night last night. I got to brag a little bit because when I left Retama Park, Drove to the hospital and saw my daughter, my son-in-law, and my brand-new granddaughter, Kaya Joe. So I got to brag a little bit. I'm pretty happy about that. She's
got your name.
They're so tiny, man. It's unbelievable. Although this kid was 8 pounds, 8 ounces.
Not so tiny.
I mean, that's a big kid, I guess. If it's in your gut, that's probably, that's probably a big kid and kicking around and stuff. And my daughter was huge. I mean, she was big. So
you can't keep saying that.
Dude, she was huge, ginormous. But she produced a very, very lovely young lady. So I'm very proud grandpa today. And God, I believe that's my 7th overall. We're trying to count that up. 7.
You can almost field a baseball
Dude,
team.
I'm telling you, man, it's unbelievable. Casey, my daughter that had the baby, said that's it. They're done. We'll see.
They always say that.
Right, we'll see. I asked her again. I thought we had this talk long time ago. You know what causes that, darling? Just refrain from that, or do something else. But no, it's it's great. It's fantastic. A good family. They've got a son. I've got a grandson there. My only grandson, by the way. Actually, it's not. Holy cow!
It's not?
No. Well, technically, yeah. No, because Maggie's son just had a boy named Case. He's about 7 months old now. So
he got big fast, I bet.
Dude, I'm telling you, man.
Because they start off as that little.
Yeah, I know.
But they don't stay that way for long.
Let's see. I'll have to count them up during the break, Play. Just too many.
Did you start going to your fingers already?
My brain is hurting here. I'm Thanks for all the congratulations, y'all. I appreciate it. It was a very special moment. And you guys that are grandparents know what I'm talking about. I mean, look, life is good when you get to this age. And I tell you, and I guess the fact that you're getting older kind of sucks maybe, but the fact that now Maggie and I can go and do whatever we want whenever we want, that's a good thing. And when you get the grandkids over, it's like, okay, you got them for a few hours and then you give them back. And so you don't have to deal with it anymore. It's great.
Has Hulk Hogan and Ozzy Osbourne considered you to start contemplating?
Dude, I'm just saying. It's like you give them back. It's like last night I'm holding Kaya Joe, right? She starts crying. It's like, all right, here, darling. I don't have to deal with that. Here, Casey, take care of her.
I've done my part. Here you go.
That's it. I made her cry. Now you have to fix it. That's all it works. That's how it works, man. Spurs have told us what they're going to do with Project Marvel and how much they're going to put in. Is it enough for you to switch your vote if you need to switch it? I was already a yes vote. I'm going to vote yes. I know and I believe that the Spurs are a valuable part of this city, this county, this area, and what they do for this area in so many ways throughout the community, the publicity. It's the identity of this city in so many ways. I was a yes vote. But if you were on the fence, the numbers that we're going to give you, and some of you may have seen this already, but if the numbers we're going to give you, is that enough money for the Spurs to kick in? If you're on the fence to say, yes, I'm going to be a yes vote. We'll take a little poll here, informal poll. You don't have to make anything, Pledge. We'll just take an informal poll. 656-3776, 656-ESPN. You can get me on Twitter at Joe Reinagle210 or go to our YouTube page. San Antonio Sports Star is how you find us. Go to YouTube, punch that in. You'll get right there. Like Alexander's supposed to be doing. Smash that like button. And subscribe to our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page. This is The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.
Have you made your tee times for this weekend, or perhaps next week if you work on the weekend and you're off on Tuesday or Wednesday or whatever day you might be off? Get out to the Golf Club of Texas and play some golf. I'm going to tell you what, it is perfect. I know it's a little hot outside, but you know what? So what? We live in San Antonio. I love playing golf in the hot weather. It is fantastic because, quite frankly, you can drink as much beer as you want and you don't get drunk. You sweat it all out. It's fantastic. I love it. I love playing golf, and I love playing golf out at the Golf Club of Texas. It is a great place. the improvements they've made to that golf course are second to none. It really is it really does look like a country club when you get out there. I mean, they have improved that place so much. It's unbelievable. Brand new golf cart path throughout the entire course. They've landscaped and put in new turf all over the place. Zero scape areas that just add beauty to what is already a beautiful piece of property. And they've got those brand new tee markers that are fantastic. I know Bo was very proud of those, but man, they look great. They really do. So if you haven't been out there lately, you really haven't been out there. You owe it to yourself to get out there. And the best way to make a tee time is to go to golfclubtexas.com. golfclubtexas.com. That's where the best rates are always online. And I saw on their Instagram page, Golf Club of Texas, they've got a new menu that they have unveiled. And they unveiled it, I saw it this morning. And they've got all kinds of brand new options on there, and some of the old favorites are still there as well. The food is fantastic. They've got any kind of drink that you can imagine. They've got all the cold beer that you can drink. It is a great place to go play golf, or a great place just to take your family out for a family night dinner, and it's not going to break the bank. The Golf Club of Texas. Look, you know exactly where it is. It's right there off Briggs Ranch Road off Highway 90. Whether you're going out for dinner at the Tin Cup or around with your buddies, maybe thinking about your next tournament out there. I recommend that, by the way. Go check them out. Again, best rates always online at golfclubtexas.com. The Golf Club of Texas is the friendliest golf course in Texas.
The College of Healthcare Professionals and 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Now is the perfect time to start on your next success. Apply now and save with no application fee. Classes start August 13th. An accredited state university, University of Maryland Global Campus, offers online and hybrid courses. Plus, you can earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning and work experience, or transfer up to 12 credits towards a master's. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chevy.
At Progressive, we understand the bond you have with your boat. It's why people name theirs.
I named my boat Sure Don't. Get it? The other day when my friend said, "Hey Larry, you want to head back in? It looks like it might rain." I said, "Sure don't." I guess they didn't get it because they didn't laugh.
Whatever you call your boat, protected by insuring it with Progressive, America's #1 boat insurer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. #1 rating based on boat market share data from ratefilings.com.
Calling all snack MVPs, it's time to huddle up with Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds, the low-carb, high-protein snack with a flavor-packed crunch. From sea salt and cracked black pepper to hot honey, sweet barbecue, and more, these bold bites are ready to tackle your crunch time cravings. Find your flavor playbook at H-E-B and make every bite count, because when it's crunch time, there's only one snack you need on your team: Southern Recipe Small Batch.
Looking for a place with character, cold drinks, and real Texas charm? Pull up a chair at the Lion and Rose in the Dominion. This local favorite, run by the Tharp family, serves up Southern hospitality, military pride, and seriously good food. Happy hour daily from 3 till 7 p.m. with $2.50 drafts, select wine, wells, and mimosas. Plus, tasty bites from just $5. Big screens, bold flavors, and a patio made for post-game hangs. Now open at 23330 West I-10. The Lion and Rose.
Circa Million and Circa Survivor are back with a massive $21 million in guaranteed prizes. Circa Million. Pick 5 games against the spread each week. 126 ways to win with $6 million guaranteed. Circa Survivor, 1 pick a week. No point spread. Last the longest to win it all. $15 million guaranteed. Enter in Nevada, play from anywhere. $21 million guaranteed. Visit circasports.com for details.
Eczema flaring up again. We have good news. Exoderm. If you or someone you love suffers from eczema or dermatitis, get Exoderm, the common sense answer for eczema. This stuff really does work. Exoderm contains the #1 doctor-recommended ingredient in a clean hypoallergenic cream with no harsh additives. Take back control of your eczema with affordable, fast-acting Exoderm Flare Control Cream. Exoderm. It's in the first aid aisle of your local Walmart, H-E-B, and other fine stores.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Hey, Joe Fortenbaugh here. Whether you're locking in your home run picks or riding with your favorite golfers this summer, ESPN Bet is your sportsbook for all the action. Go from checking stats on your favorite teams and players to placing bets in just a few taps. Plus, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with the promo code JOEQ to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, this is The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle. Jason Minix with the day off today. James Pledger is here. And looks like J.J. Watt's got the day off today also. He just posted something on Instagram or Twitter where he's doing that, and I didn't know about this until Pledge told me, and that's usually how it works. With
the 999 challenge.
999. So it's 9 beers, 9 hot dogs in 9 innings at a baseball game.
Yep.
So J.J. Watt apparently is at the Milwaukee Brewers game in Milwaukee. They're taking on the Florida Marlins, and he's shot a picture of 5 empty beer cups. His post is, I'm 5-5 through the second inning. So he's had 5 dogs and 5 beers, apparently, according to J.J. Watt, through the second inning. So we'll get you updates on this. But I find the comments funny when you look at it. And you go down, there's one guy says here, says, I don't know what's more impressive, that you can drink 5 beers in 5 innings or you can afford 5 stadium beers. Well, J.J. Watt certainly can. I don't think that's an issue. But
I also saw another one from obviously a Houston fan. He said, how'd the first pitch go? Astros could use another pitcher, which they could because they just placed another one on the IL today.
Wow. Well, that's too bad. Too bad for them. You know, injuries are part of the game, Pledge. That's what happens.
Brandon Walter, elbow inflammation.
You know, those beers don't look all that big, though. Those aren't 16-ounce beers, are they? What do you think, Pledge? I'm looking at it
at
right
least
now.
12.
Looking at a picture. Yeah, at least 12 ounces. They're not one of those big beers where you get in a big cup for like $25. So I don't know what those would cost at a ballpark at 12
But
ounces.
it feels like a wide.
It could be a 16-ouncer, maybe. I don't know. But I'm going to continue to follow that. We'll look for J.J. Watt's tweets.
I'm seeing if he's going
to. Oh, there we go. Hold on. There was another one just came through. He says 7-7 through 3 innings. You know, I see the beer cups, but I don't see any hot dog wrappers.
Hitting cruise control.
I'm sure he is. I'm sure he's feeling pretty good, even a big dude like that. That's pretty cool, though. You know, J.J. Watt seems like a cool dude. He really does. Just one of us, isn't he?
One of us.
Dude, don't. Dave Aronda. If you haven't heard this, I think it's worth playing. We played this earlier in the show, but Dave Aronda, the head football coach at Baylor, was at the coaches convention, and he was talking about recruiting. Now, listen to this and listen very close.
There's a scene in The Wolf of Wall Street when they're talking about throwing midgets, and it's like, hey, this midget, can he roll there? And you go, no, he doesn't roll. You throw him. You know what I mean? And they're made for throwing. And then after a while, they start talking, and they go, well, you know what? They may think they know we're making fun of them. The midgets may think that we're making fun of them, so then they may get mad at us. And then the guys go, well, what we need to do is make them think they're one of us. And they go, one of us, one of us. And I think that's the thing with coaching, call it recruiting, is it's that way. They talk about acquiring players, getting rid of players, just like that. And the whole thing underneath all that is they make them think they're one of us. You know what I mean? And it's like, but I don't know. Do you have to do that to win? That sucks. Yeah.
Now, look, I'm sure that Coach Aronda, rehearsed that, wrote that speech, and he thought that would be a pretty good analogy. And maybe it is, because I get where he's coming from. You try to make the players feel like you're one of us. But I don't know, is there another analogy instead of midget rolling that you could use? I'm wondering. Now, I know the scene he's talking about, and if you've seen Wolf of Wall Street, you know the scene as well.
It.
Right? But I mean, still, man. I don't know if he thought that out or not, but I would love to have seen the look on the faces in the crowd when he was given that thing, because, and I know they said it in the movie, but there's a lot of things they say in movie that I'm not going to repeat in public, right? And I'm just wondering, because midget is kind of frowned upon, is it not? I mean,
it's never stopped you.
When you're talking about politically correct stuff, the term midget is not appropriate. Look, who was it? Brad Williams, when we had him on the show, remember he said he doesn't mind the term midget as long as you're not using it in a derogatory way. And Dave Aronda was not using it there. When I say midget, I don't mean that in a bad way. So I just don't know. Somebody's going to have to let me know. I would never do that. I'm not going to make somebody feel bad. I hate making people feel bad. But I said that was a analogy that he thought made a lot of sense. He really did.
It's so weird.
It was extremely weird, and I'm not sure exactly what he was thinking, but he was, and it. I admire him, thinking outside the box, going to the Wolf of Wall Street. I wonder if he just saw that, or why that stuck with him. Was it Minix was talking about this? They were somewhere, and there was midget tossing.
Oh yeah.
Right? You remember him talking about that? I don't know where they were, but that's I Joshua Minix on our YouTube page says, I like how Joe is using all this midget talk without Jason. What are you implying, Joshua? That Jason is vertically challenged? He's well aware of that, my friend. It's okay. And, Jason's a good sport about that. He's well aware. He knows that, he's a little vertically challenged, but that's okay. Jason got a good sense of humor. It's all good. Real quick, and it's a discussion that I think is interesting to be had, because I think it's something we were all waiting for, certainly something that I was waiting for. The San Antonio Spurs Sports and Entertainment sent a letter to the city manager of San Antonio and outlined a proposal of what they're going to kick in for Project Marvel. And KSAT's got a great write-up on this thing, and they spell it out pretty good. The arena itself, now Project Marvel is supposed to cost, they tell us, between $3 and $4 billion. The arena itself is projected to cost somewhere between $1.2 billion and $1.5 billion. Well, the Spurs have proposed that they are going to kick in $500 million and guaranteed coverage of cost overruns, so it could be more than $500 million for the new arena. They also say they're going to kick in $500 million in adjacent downtown development, adjacent to the arena. Now, by development, I guess you could look at that in a bunch of different ways, but maybe that means, I don't know, restaurants, bars, landscaping. I don't know. That could mean a lot of different things there. But when I think development, I'm thinking buildings, businesses, that kind of stuff, which is interesting. Then they also say they're going to kick in $60 million in additional community incentives. Now, Holt, in the letter, says the figures are money the organization proposes spending in addition to, not in place of, our investment in the arena and surrounding infrastructure. It's interesting, and to me is a lot of money. And what I like about it is the fact that we know now. We know. They have laid their cards on the table, finally, and I'm glad they did that. And to their defense, I'm sure to get all these numbers and ducks in a row to figure out what you're going to do and how you're going to do it and all of that stuff, takes some time. So I'll give them the benefit of the doubt there. I'm just glad they got this thing out there because they needed to. Sunlight. You got to have some sunlight on this. Tell people what you're going to do, how you're going to do it, and then go from there. There were also some special things that they're allocating. All right. For that $60 million draft community incentives package, the last number that I mentioned, it includes the following proposals, and I find this interesting. Allocating 30% of the arena and district construction contracts to locally owned San Antonio companies. So they're going to make sure that there's some San Antonio companies that are going to get paid and profit from the building and the contracts. That's good. This is good too. I like this. On Spurs game days, Spurs Sports and Entertainment will underwrite via Park and Ride for up to 2,000 single game primary ticket buyers. In other words, free bus ride to the arena, and I'm assuming back. The other thing they're going to do, Spurs Sports and Entertainment will make 500 tickets available for every Spurs home game at $25 or less. $25 or less, 500 tickets. I like that. Then SS&E, Spurs Sports and Entertainment, proposes underwriting a new policy targeting early childhood education and child care challenges in the community. So that's in addition to or part of what the money's going to be used for. Obviously, the child care education and child care challenges, that's a great deal. But 500 tickets, so many people tell me I'd love to go to a Spurs game, but I can't afford it. The tickets are too expensive. Well, you get in on this $500 tickets for $25 or less. I think that's great. And then the park and ride. Look, I like this proposal. I like it quite a bit. I know a lot of you do, some of you don't, and that's okay. But my question to you today is, does this move your needle? If you're on the fence, does this move your needle to a yes? Or if you're a no, does it switch your vote from a no to a yes? Or does it not change anything? So I think that I think the Spurs laying the cards on the table and what they're doing here is in my mind, a pretty good deal. What do you think? 656-3776, 210-656-ESPN, at Twitter, at Joe Reinagle 210. Or you can go to our YouTube page. We're all getting a bunch of comments there, mostly for, some against, and that's okay. However you feel is cool. I just want to know how you feel.
Although, while you're yes now, there is something that could change your vote.
What is that?
Well, what happens if they sneak in property tax hikes?
Well, look, there's no mention of that. And
there's not. But we haven't seen the full proposal either.
We haven't. What's way to throw a wet blanket on everything, Pledge? Jeez.
Look, I'm just saying there is a way. Like, you have been very yes the whole way.
Yes.
I'm just saying there is something that could sway your vote out there.
If there was any type of property tax on homeowners in this county, I would say absolutely not. I would. But I haven't heard that would do. The only property tax, and it's such a horrible word because they're so damn high in this state, it's unbelievable. The only property tax that I've heard of is on new commercial construction.
That's what I've heard too.
So if that's the case, then those people that are going to be building new buildings will know that. But I've not heard any mention of any property tax increase on homeowners in Bexar County. So I'm going to hold them to their word on that. But you're right. We had a caller early in the show who brought up a good point. We've got to see the details of the bond or however that's going to work. But the way I understand it, this is all going to be paid for $1 billion or more from the Spurs themselves, and the rest through hotel, motel stuff, and just like they paid for the Alamo Dome. And that's the majority of it, and perhaps some sort of property tax on new build commercial construction.
And I will say, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
And don't let facts get in the way of a happy story, Pledge.
It's a very happy story, but I've heard the promises of revitalization.
Well,
and development and building around the arena.
I don't know exactly how that worked, but I'm with you there. And a caller brought that up too. When the Frostbank Center was built, And when it was proposed, and we're going to revitalize the east side, there would be bars, restaurants, and everything around there. It would be an entertainment district. Because if you'll recall, and I do, I'm old enough and I was around at that time, the Spurs tried to get the site where Hero Stadium is. That's what they wanted. That land was owned, and still is, by Northeast Independent School District. But they wanted some tax breaks, the way I understand it, and the school district wouldn't give it to them. So they went out to outside the city into the county, or county-owned land. So, but the promise was to revitalize the east side. Well, obviously that didn't happen. None of that happened. So I can see where folks are a little bit gun-shy when it comes to this. When you're talking about a Texas Live, for example, or a bar restaurant district around the arena, I can see where you're skeptical. I just don't. At this point in time, I have to give them the benefit of the doubt. And the reason I do that is because I don't think they'd do that again, and I think there's more opportunity downtown than maybe there was there. Now, look, to do what they wanted to do on the east side, you're going to have to be talking about buying a bunch of houses, buying people out of their houses, tearing those houses down. And I don't know. I mean, I don't know if those people, did they not want to sell their house? Did their families lived in that house for decades? I'm not sure. So I'll give them the benefit of the doubt on the downtown. There's just more opportunity in my mind to get that done. But look, I was a yes vote anyway, unless the ugly word property taxes for residents comes in play. Then I'll tell you, and I'll shout it from the rooftops. I'm a no there. I'm not. It's not going to happen, and we shouldn't have to do that. That should not be an issue, and I don't believe that it is. So I think that's a non-starter.
I will also say, if we're doing this, I want all of it done. I want the renovations to the Alamo Dome as well, for them to keep Final Fours and potentially host national championship games when it comes to college football by getting that upgraded to its fullest potential. And I also would like that land bridge connecting the two stadiums.
Well, all of that's in the proposal. So, I mean, all of that is in Project Marvel, the $3 to $4 billion project.
I want all of it.
Right. They'll start with the arena. All right, that's where they're going to start. But yeah, I want it all too. It's all got to be done. So,
because the Alamo Dome's equally as important to everything as the Spurs are when it comes to tourism, downtown dollars, the influx of money that comes. Like the Alamo Dome is a huge part of that.
And I just want you, not you necessarily, Pledge, but everybody to remember that there was a lot of opposition to the Alamo Dome too. That building was paid off in a year, right? In a year. Yes, it was, and it has brought in national. Look, all I will say is this. I know we're late for a break, but all I will say is this. When the Spurs dynasty happened from 99 to 2014, and they were in the playoffs every year and winning 5 championships, this city got more publicity than you could ever imagine buying if you went out and tried to do that yourself.
And remember, the cutaways to commercial weren't aerials of the Frostbank, then AT&T Center or SBC Center.
No, they were the
They
Riverwalk.
were cutaways to the Riverwalk.
The Alamo. There were other things.
And then when
in the
people
city.
would go to Spurs games, they were shocked at how far the Riverwalk was from the stadium.
Were they? Did you hear that?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Huh. Okay.
Because on TV it's portrayed as, because they cut away to the Riverwalk. It made it seem like, hey, it's right around the corner from the.
Well, there you go. Then if they build this thing at the Institute of Texan Cultures, it will be right around the corner. It'll be right there. So look, it's worth it, y'all. It is. I know I'm a sports guy. I know I've made my living doing sports. It's worth it. It's the identity of the city in many ways, just like the Alamo is, just like the Riverwalk is. The San Antonio Spurs are there, and if you lose that, you lose a piece of your identity. It's just that simple, and it pays for itself, I promise you. And with Wemby and the way the Spurs are assembling this team, I really hope that this thing gets back to those dominant days where that stuff comes back, and I think that it absolutely will. I'm late again, Pledge, I don't have minutes here to keep me on time. It's just crazy. I like to talk.
Just like your daughter.
Robert Spencer says, I'm interested in hearing Rob Thompson's input. I remember his meltdown with UTSA students and families voted no to tuition increase to support athletics. Well, I guess he was for that and wanted it to happen. I was against it. The students have paid. I mean, the cost of tuition in colleges is outrageous. And I get it, and you got to find money where you can, but I wasn't for that. I wasn't. And so they can find other ways. You go, students shouldn't have to bear that. They did it at the beginning. Students voted for an increase in fees at the very beginning to get this football team started. They shouldn't have to bear the burden to keep it going. So that's my take. So I completely disagree with Rob's input. If that's his position on this thing, look, I'm not for extra taxes. I'm not for extra fees. I know you have to do it sometimes, but my goodness, it always comes to the community, doesn't it? But I think the Spurs transparency is very good. All right, we're going to take a break because I'm late. Speaking of UTSA, I'm going to bring it up again. Am I the only one that gives a damn that there was a Memphis player sending plays to a UTSA quarterback? It's hard for me to believe, but maybe I am. I'll ask you when we come back. This is The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Monday on the Morning Huddle, we're out here in sunny California, Rob.
Oxnard or bust, but there's a whole lot more going on. We're certainly talking football, but the world continues to spin. Get here early. The party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
How much is the table dance these days?
Every penny's worth of your $150. $150. And if you don't have $150,
right?
Just talk to my friend Janice.
Okay.
She's in your price range. She's a big girl. She's got that lazy eye.
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Catch the John Clay Wolf Show Saturdays from 9 a.m. to noon right here on San Antonio Sports Star.
Lowe's knows big savings make a big difference, especially when you're shopping for appliances. Hurry in to get up to 30% off select major appliances. Plus, My Lowe's Rewards members get free delivery, free haul away, free installation and parts on purchases of $2,500 or more. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 7/30. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Price, delivery time, and vehicle availability may vary based on order size and location. Exclusions apply. See Lowes.com/delivery for more details.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Need assistance with door and window projects? The Home Depot can help. From inspiration and materials to ordering and installation, our free Millwork virtual apron service can get you moving and doing. Plus, we speak Spanish too. Our associates can help you tackle complex jobs without you leaving the job site, saving you time and money. Call us at 1-833-HD-APRON or visit homedepot.com/MVA. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
School's out, summer's in, and that vacation countdown is officially on. But what about your four-legged MVP? Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuit in Selma has your furry family member covered. Daycare, boarding, grooming, and training, they've got it all. They're built for your pet's health, happiness, and tail-wagging good times. If you're in the military, your teacher, or your first responder, they've got barking good exclusive discounts. So go ahead, book that trip, hit the beach, crush your summer plans. Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuit has your pet in good hands. Because home away from home isn't just for humans. Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuits in Selma.
Are you ready for the all-new Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Live Glowing Fire? Come watch your favorite Hot Wheels Monster Trucks fly, crash, and smash. Thanks to Good to Crow, kids' ticket prices half off. Coming July 26th and 27th to Frost Bank Center in San Antonio. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com.
There's nothing like when you get that part from eBay and it just fits. Yeah, the first time. So you can do less of this and get right back to more of this. At eBay, you'll find all the parts you need, guaranteed to fit, at prices you'll love. Sounds good, doesn't it? eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Hi, it's me, Flo, here to tell you that with the Progressive Home and Auto Bundle, you get 24/7 protection, so you're covered no matter where the day takes you.
Even bad hair day?
Yep.
And tree branch fell on my car day?
Especially that day. Progressive has you covered 24/7 for your home and auto.
How about thought it was chicken, but it was tuna day? Or overnight construction outside my bedroom day?
Those days too.
Great, because that was each day this week.
Been there. Well, at least your home and auto are covered every day with Progressive.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Game day starts at home, and Romo Door Supply delivers the win. From sturdy entrance doors to stylish interiors, Romo's got what your home team needs. Visit RomoDoorSupply.com. Quality doors, unbeatable prices. That's RomoDoorSupply.com.
So many storylines to cover for you. Micah's contract, because there's always a contract. Dak's health, George Pickens edition, a whole new running back room, new look offense, offensive line, new defensive scheme. We're bringing you all the latest on everything. All day! Live from Oxnard, California, San Antonio Sports Stars coverage of Dallas Cowboys training camp. Brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds and sponsored in part by Southern Recipe Pork Rinds, Jim Beam, and AARP. Starting Monday morning, live from Oxnard, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, sometimes your producer sends you some really good things, and I got to hand it to James Pledger. Just sent me a Paige Sporonic video, and she says, in honor of Happy Gilmore 2, which is premiering tonight, by the way, on Netflix, and it shows Paige, looking pretty shiny, and hitting the ball like Happy Gilmore does. Just kind of running up on it right there. So well done.
What's she wearing, Joe?
Well, she's wearing a golf skirt, a very tight one.
It's not a skirt.
Is that not?
Well, I mean, it is, but.
That's a skirt, Pledge. What would you call it?
A onesie?
It's a very tight skirt. Regardless, it looks great. And it's in honor of Happy Gilmore. I didn't know this. She's in, by the way, or makes a cameo in this thing. A lot of people do. So I am looking forward to seeing Happy Gilmore 2 because I enjoyed the first one. Happy you guys are here with us on a Friday afternoon. We appreciate you spending some time with us here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Jason Minix has the day off. I'm Joe Reinagle. James Pledger pushing the buttons and controlling things the way James Pledger does. I don't know how most of you feel about this, but I was a little concerned. And concerned is I guess a loaded term here. But there was a story that came out today on was it On 3? And then Tiger Sports Report had the other part of this. And the headline is Messages Between Former Memphis Safety and UTSA Quarterback Surface. Well, this whole thing is apparently a Memphis player. He's a safety. His name is Taj Rayol. He was a high school teammate of UTSA quarterback Owen McCowan. So before UTSA played Memphis back last November, The Roadrunners won that game 44-34. Apparently, Rael sent McCown a text, and it looks like it's hard to see, but it's a book that looks like it has formations and plays and that kind of stuff. Now, the kicker here is a couple of things. Rael apparently was dismissed from the team in October before the November game against Memphis. And it's a text exchange between the two, and it starts out with Rael saying, "Here you go, that's all the signals." So apparently that's what that book is, talking about Memphis' signals. And he goes on to explain it's really kind of it's kind of bizarre. McCown responded with like laughing emojis, crying, I think. And then Rael goes on and he said, talking about far left is this, and I'll send you a better list showing you the calls and yada, yada, yada. So it's basically trying to, I think in his mind, help McCown beat Memphis, because obviously Rael is not happy with Memphis because they let him go. And then it ends with McCown just saying, but let me know, LMK. That's what that stands for, pledge, LMK. It says, but let me know if they cut your stuff. I'll put in a word. So McCown's being a good guy. That's the way I see this. And it looks like Rael's just a bitter guy that got either dismissed from the team and is just trying to stick it to Memphis is what it looks like to me. Well, obviously, it was the topic of conversation today at the American Conference Media Days. Jeff Traylor was asked about this, and, well, he basically told us how he found out about it.
Obviously, the first I heard of it was approximately a week ago, and I immediately called Owen. It was the first I'd ever heard of it. And you have to understand, I'm in the quarterback room every day, so never a day I'm not with Owen. We had never heard a word of any of this. So I called Owen and asked him what the story was about. And Owen said that the kid he was communicating with was a high school teammate of his. And the kid randomly reached out to him, said the stuff that he sent him didn't make any sense at all, so he didn't tell me anything about it. So I got asked about it at THSCA, and I made a comment about it, and I still stand by it. I think it's had no bearing on the game whatsoever. I didn't know anything about it. He didn't tell me anything about it. He was just, Owen's a great kid. He was just being nice to his buddy, and he got, blown out of context, in my opinion.
Blown out of context, in his opinion, and I can see that. And look, this is not a shot against Owen McCown. I like him. He's a good dude. He was asked about it. J.J. Pettis, who covers UTSA football and all of their athletics, by the way, was there asking questions, and he asked Owen McCown about this.
Yeah, no, obviously, first and foremost, I didn't ask for any of that information. It kind of, based on my little emoji reaction, you can see it caught me, by surprise what happened. But like Coach said, the information was completely irrelevant, and it doesn't really, fit, how we take week in and week out, how we prepare. It was like I said, completely irrelevant, and that's all it was.
Owen, do you feel like this paints you in a bad light? Like, what would you say to the people who are kind of almost attacking you at this point?
Yeah, I just think they don't know how we process week in and week out. Like I said, the information had made zero sense. It was completely irrelevant to what we do week in and week out.
I'm not sure who's attacking him. I haven't seen any of those. Have you seen any attacks on Owen McCown? I have not, and I'm not doing that here today. I'm not. But this concerns me a little bit, and it's not with Owen necessarily, but with players being bitter and trying to stick it to the university that cut them. Now, Jeff Traylor defended his quarterback, as you would expect, and he talked about McCown's integrity.
I'm 2-1-0 triangle of toughness, and I know it's talked about a lot, but our very first culture pillar is integrity, and it's doing what's right when no one's looking. And the irony is Owen McCown is the only player I've ever coached in my life, and I also coached his father. I've known his family literally since the 90s. I know his grandfather very well. There's not a family or a name better associated with the word integrity than the McCown family. So all this will do is rally our locker room around our leader, Owen McCown, because they know the kind of human that Owen McCown is.
And I don't doubt that. And I know and that's just the kind of culture that Jeff Traylor has. They will rally around him. Again, I haven't seen anybody attacking McCown. Maybe I just haven't been looking in the right spots. And I hope they're not, because this is not something to attack this young man by. Now, it's not AAC anymore. It's American Conference Commissioner Tim Pernetti was also asked about this, and he says it's no big deal.
So I'm aware of the situation. Naturally, I've been having very open dialogue with Coach Traylor and Coach Silverfield about it. They're going to address it. I don't think it's really for me to address, but certainly we're aware of it and we're supporting the schools in it. But what I can tell you is there's really not much to this story. I think a lot of it has been, sensationalized, and some of it, I think, quite frankly, is clickbait. But beyond that, there's no one in this league. The thing to remember on this, Thomas, is the integrity of the game matters in this league. I've witnessed, I stood on sidelines last season and shook coaches' hands in pregame and watched players and had personal relationships with a lot of student athletes that have come and gone. The integrity of this thing means something to people in this league. So naturally, anything that flirts with the line, we're going to take seriously. But in this case, I think this has much ado about nothing.
Well, there you go. And look, it probably is. The only thing I would say is what I wish Owen would have done as soon as he got that text, gone to Jeff Traylor and says, Coach, I got this. I just want you to be aware of it. And that's all I want him to do. He thought it was no big deal, that it would just go away. Now, somebody asked on our YouTube page how this got out. Well, it's On3. It's a website, a sports website. They were the first to say that this happened, and then a website called Tiger Sports Report actually got a hold of the text exchange somehow, some way. I'm not sure how that works. I'm not smart enough to know how that works, but they did, and they got a hold of it. So that's how this whole thing came out. Nobody's denying it. And you heard Owen McCown, you heard Jeff Traylor. Nobody's denying that this happened, that this exchange took place. It's just, what happened. And if somebody's ragging on Owen McCown, you need to stop because, again, he is a good young man, and there's no problem there. Again, I just wish, and hopefully in the future, if that happens to anybody, whether it's UTSA, UIW, or whatever school, if you get a text like that, take it to your head coach. Take it to one of the coaches and say, look, I just want to make you aware that I got this, and I don't want there to be any concern. I don't want it. I don't understand it. It's nonsense, but I want you to be aware that I got this. And I don't know this for a fact, but I would assume Jeff Traylor's probably explained that to Owen McCown. Next time this happens, if it happens again, please just let me know about it. I don't want to hear about it in the media and all of that. But I'm certainly not here to put down Owen McCown or UTSA or anybody else. I just think that, again, there are ways that this could have been handled a little bit better, and then we wouldn't be talking about it today. Yeah, Chris Summers says, I'm the only one making a big deal out of nothing. It's just me. I'm the only one. Well, then I guess I better stop, Chris, because you're not happy. And I'd hate to make you unhappy, Chris. I would hate to do that. So I'll stop. Chris, anytime you want to come in and apply for a pledger's job, come on in and do that and produce this fine show, and you can suggest what we do here. I think it's a problem, and I think it's something that needs to be stopped, and I think it will be. But I think everybody's got to do their part on this thing.
Don't lie to Chris. I don't suggest anything.
Well, you don't. Exactly. Sorry. Well, I was trying to make you pump you up there, Pledge. You could have gone along. They would have not known the difference.
What, you just want somebody else to say no to?
Well, I hate to see Christopher Summers so upset going into the weekend. It bothers me.
To be fair, I've never seen him happy in the chat.
Well, I've never seen him happy either, to be honest with you. So I guess that's okay. I just think just show it to the coach, pure and simple. And I think he will if that ever happens again. Hopefully it will never happen again. I just hope that doesn't become a trend. That's why I'm concerned about it. Because if somebody gets kicked off a squad or we don't want you anymore and they happen to hijack some of the plays and send it to the opponent, because, look, all these guys played. A lot of them played high school ball together. There's a lot of them that could have been in the same situation. So that's all I got to say about it. I just I hope it's handled a little bit better in the future. You never know. You might have a bet on that game.
Kick him out of football.
Exactly. Well, I mean, that's he stole plays. The kid from Memphis obviously stole the plays and was trying to screw Memphis. That's what he was trying to do. So, I mean, yeah, maybe that's some kind of a penalty that it needs to be. And this is, again, not on McCown, but on the kid from Memphis. If you're going to steal the playbook and hand it off to somebody, I mean, to me, that's a bridge too far. So, anyway, that's where we're at. Arch Manning, he's never stolen a playbook, has he?
I don't know.
People are salivating over Arch Manning. Pledge, did you know that? Just like that. Just like that, hoping that he will come to their team. We're talking about it when we continue on this great Friday afternoon. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the San Antonio Sports Star Studios, sponsored by George Salinas Injury Lawyers. This is KTFM Floresville.
It's Jason and Joe from the Blitz. Join us at Circa Las Vegas in August for the Circa Sports Ultimate Contest Weekend.
The Blitz will be live at Circa August 21st and 22nd, and then we're staying for the weekend. Come to Vegas with us for the Ultimate Contest Weekend.
Circa Survivor and Circa Million are back. Enter in Nevada, play from anywhere. So join the Blitz at Circa Las Vegas.
Details and discounted rooms with promo code BLITZ available online at sasportstar.com.
Now is the perfect time to start on your next success. Apply now and save with no application fee. Classes start August 13th. An accredited state university, University of Maryland Global Campus offers online and hybrid courses. Plus, you can earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning and work experience, or transfer up to 12 credits towards a master's. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chef.
Hi there, I'm John O'Hurley. You know, our pets are beloved family members. But sadly, though, there are so many dogs that get euthanized every day due to the lack of funding. To give them a chance at adoption, I invite you to support Puppy Food Bank. Thanks to generous donors like you, all of the food sent to pet shelters from Puppy Food Bank never comes with a bill. So please go to puppyfoodbank.org and make a generous, caring $15 donation every month. Your donation will absolutely save pet lives.
Evan Cohen here. Whether you're locking in your home run picks or riding with your favorite golfers this summer, ESPN Bet is your sports book for all the action. Go from checking stats on your favorite teams and players to placing bets in just a few taps. Plus, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with promo code USL to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Turn things all the way up and find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy.
It's Texas Quarter Horse Racing's biggest weekend at Retama Park. Friday is Summer Showdown with 7 incredible stakes races, and Saturday is Retama Park Derby and the $650,000 TQHA Futurity Race. Ever thought about owning an American quarter horse? The Texas Quarter Horse Sale is going on at Freeman Coliseum Friday and Saturday, and it's free to attend. Enjoy terrace dining along with San Antonio's best sports bar, Clubhouse 95. Live music every Friday night. Visit retamapark.com for all the details.
Looking for a place with character, cold drinks, and real Texas charm? Pull up a chair at the Lion and Rose in the Dominion. This local favorite, run by the Tharp family, serves up Southern hospitality, military pride, and seriously good food. Happy hour daily from 3 till 7 p.m. with $2.50 drafts, select wine, wells, and mimosas. Plus, tasty bites from just $5. Big screens, bold flavors, and a patio made for post-game hangs. Now open at 23330 West I-10. The Lion and Rose.
If Twisted Tea was your best friend, they'd start a dance party in the supermarket that turns into a pool party at your place, and you don't even own a pool. Twisted Tea is smooth, refreshing, and always fun. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
The Texas Rangers return to action today after a day off yesterday. They'll welcome the Atlanta Braves into Globe Life Field. You can catch that game on your home for Rangers baseball, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. We get you started at 6:30. Astros fell 5-2 to the A's in their series opener. They continue that series tonight from Houston. First pitch there is set for 7:10.
SportsCenter is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
And for the third time in 7 seasons, the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is Friday, everybody. We made it. The weekend is here, and if you're just getting off work at 5 o'clock, congratulations. Your weekend is underway. We appreciate you spending a part of it with us here on The Blitz. I'm Joe Reinagel. Jason Minix has the day off. James Pledger is here, however, in his glass box of fun. Playing the music, punching the buttons, doing what Pledge does in there. But again, thank you for joining us here on this Friday afternoon. Lots going on today. It's been a fun Friday afternoon, that's for sure. And we got another great hour to go here. A lot of interesting chat going on in our YouTube page. If you haven't been there, you really should. It's a great little community in there. Just go to YouTube, put in San Antonio Sports Star. When you get there, smash that like button and also subscribe to our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page. You can also get a hold of me at Joe Reinagel 210, or give us a call the old-fashioned way if something's on your mind, 210-656-3776, 656-ESPN. Arch Manning, he's the hottest thing since, I don't know, Livy Dunn. Wow, we didn't even rehearse that, Pledge. That was great. No, seriously. He's a hot commodity, obviously. And the guy's, played 2 games? Started 2 games anyway for the Texas Longhorns. He is now obviously entrenched as the starter. Quinn Ewers is gone. So Arch will get to see him, number one, at Ohio State when they kick off the season.
Oh, it's okay.
Well, see, for me, it's Livy Dunn. I think for Minix, it's Arch Manning. That's the difference. Where was I? NFL scouts, according to an article in Orange Bloods, and I just read it. He said, I spoke with an NFL scouting friend of mine on Thursday and asked him about Arch Manning. He says the entire league is salivating over Arch Manning. And I find that bizarre, and I really do. And everybody thinks I'm ragging on Arch Manning, and I'm not. I'm sure he's going to be a fine quarterback. I mean, they've already got him penciled in to win the Heisman Trophy this year. We've already got Texas penciled in as a national champion. So, I mean, they're already successful, I guess. But nobody knows whether he's going to come out after this year or not. But still, NFL scouts are salivating over this guy. Now, if you look at it, Cleveland and the New Orleans Saints, as we sit right here today, you never know what's going to happen in the NFL and who might fall from grace, but those 2 teams don't look like they're going to be very good. And both of them need a quarterback. Joe Flacco is probably going to be the starter for the Cleveland Browns, I would assume. Maybe Kenny Pickett. I don't know. But either way.
Let's not rule out the Colts. I mean, have you seen this enthralling competition between Danny Dimes and Anthony Richardson?
No, I haven't, and I really haven't been looking for it either. Although I said the other day, and I stand by it, I think Danny Dimes is going to win that job.
Sure.
I just do.
I do too.
But although Anthony Richardson has been cleared to play, I saw something the other day that the coach said they're going to do everything in their power to make sure Richardson has a shot at success. And I appreciate that, and I hope they do. And obviously they drafted him very high, so they want to do that. But I appreciate that. I just think at this point in time, look, and it's nothing against Anthony Richardson. The guy just hasn't played any football.
Are they trading him to the Birmingham Stallions?
I don't know. He hasn't played any football. He just hasn't. He's Trey Lance in that respect, where he just hasn't played any football, and he hasn't been successful. And what got me is that he took himself out of a football game last year, And look, dude,
against the Texans,
you can never do that. Ever take yourself out unless you're hurt. I've seen people just come on the side, I'm tired. I need a blow. No, you can't do that. I've never seen a starting quarterback do that. But, look, I think the only way Arch Manning comes out is if Texas is on top at the end of the year. If they go on and win the national championship, maybe he comes out, and then it depends on what teams have the number one pick. But I've already seen, look, there's a story out that the Rams are willing to mortgage their future to move up to number one if that's what they want, if somebody will trade with them. And to get Arch Manning. They would love to have an Arch Manning.
Great spot for him.
It would be perfect because I would assume Stafford might play one more year. And to be able to have Arch Manning learn behind a guy like Matt Stafford, that would be outstanding.
And Sean Payton? Sean McVay?
Yeah, I started to say, did he move? And Sean McVay. I mean, that would be a great – plus the Rams have a great – look, the Rams are my dark horse to win the Super Bowl this year. And I know, go ahead and laugh all you want to, but the Rams have a real shot at winning the Super Bowl this year. I'm just saying it. I'm putting it out there right now. July 25th, bam. Arch Manning, I'm not sure he comes out. It depends on the situation. And I think the only way that happens is if they're holding up the trophy at the end of the year. That's going to be the only way that happens. So we have to wait and see what happens. I can't wait to watch this kid against Ohio State. I can't wait to watch him the next week and the week after that and the week after that. I want to see how he improves because he will improve. Just playing time, nothing else, the kid will improve, and we'll see how good of a quarterback he is. But for them to already be salivating over this guy, I find that comical. But look, it's the NFL, right? Every team needs a franchise quarterback, and every team in the NFL believes that Arch Manning is the next franchise quarterback. What do you think? 656-3776, 656-ESPN. Let's go to the phone lines because Josh is waiting. Josh, what do you think about Arch?
I think Arch is a good quarterback, Joe, but, I mean, remember the last time they said there was a phenomenal quarterback, can't miss prospect? We were talking about Trevor Lawrence, and look at what he's done with the Jacksonville Jaguars. The reason we're making a big deal about Archie Manning is, let's be honest, his last name is Manning. He comes from the quarterback gurus. Remember, the Manning said Daniel Jones was going to be the next big, great quarterback, and look at what ended up with him. He's now battling Anthony Richardson, and both of those guys can't seem to find a receiver or a tight end. Heck, you'd probably love if they throw it to a defensive player. Just let the ball not hit the ground, for the love of God. Now, it's just Manning. And, of course, he's going to go to Texas. He's going to do great. He's going to stay there 2 years. The Mannings have raised him to be this next prodigy, and they've all kind of talked with him and told him what to do. So I see him still going 2 years. And let's say the right team comes in at number one, maybe he leaves. But I still don't think he leaves after that. He didn't make a big fuss about having to sit an extra year behind Quinn Ewers when he was clearly the better quarterback. He wanted to stay at Texas because he wanted to stay with Sarkisian. You don't see that with a lot of –
Wait a minute. So you saying he's the better quarterback, but yet he chose to sit. See, that doesn't compute with me, Joshua. If you're the better quarterback, you need to be playing.
Yeah, but in this league, what are you going to say then if he leaves and goes to another team? You're going to say, oh, why did he quit there? Why didn't he just stay and stick it out? Like, it's all the media narrative. Like, he was the better quarterback. He played better in those games that he was there. And, yes, everyone all saw that he had more of the potential than what Quinn Ewers was.
Well, then Sark got to be fired.
Of course Sark should be fired, but all the players are getting Ferraris.
I'm just saying. Football's a competitive sport. If you're the best quarterback, you should be playing. So that comes into question right there. Was he the best quarterback, or did Sark think that Quinn Ewers was a better quarterback?
I think Sark had a thing with Quinn Ewers that was, hey, he's been my guy for this long, and Arch is going to be my next guy. And I think it was one of those, it's the way they wanted the system to work. You have to sit there on the bench and learn to see the game, learn the speed of the game. And even if Arch was ready and Arch was better, it was the growing pains that they wanted. They don't want the kid to get handed the starting quarterback. Look at the Raiola kid, Peyton Manning 2.0, or not Peyton Manning, Pat Mahomes 2.0 in Nebraska. He got handed everything, and he's not even a top quarterback coming out. When he was coming out of high school, he was the next Patrick Mahomes, and then all of a sudden they just realized, no, he just cuts his hair like Patrick Mahomes and wears the same gear. He's not that great of a quarterback because he doesn't have the team around him. So he wanted to stay at Texas because Texas is going to get all the top receivers, all the top running backs. You have an offensive guru and a quarterback whisperer in Steve Sarkisian, so it made sense for him to stay there. And even if Steve tells him, hey, you might be better, we're going to go with Quinn, you're going to stay in a great situation where you're going to get better numbers. You're going to then be
Josh,
a first-round quarterback.
let me ask you a question, Josh. What does that mean, quarterback whisperer?
That means that he
Payton
can make a lot of Sean Payton.
Sean Payton.
That means he's a Sean Payton.
Uh-huh.
He can tell the quarterbacks. He just can create great quarterbacks. Look at Quinn Ewers. He took a 6th-round quarterback and made him into
7.
He took a 6th-round quarterback and took him to almost a national championship. The guy can whisper some good things to a quarterback.
Hey, Josh,
I don't know
go
what
enjoy
he's
Happy
whispering.
Hour, buddy.
All
Appreciate
right,
the phone call, man. Thanks, Josh. Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. Look,
Salaries matter.
Well, I said that, and people think I know. Look, Sark and the Manning family, they had this plan, and I get it. And that's the only thing that makes sense to me.
Yes.
Because if Arch Manning is, and everybody's salivating over this guy, and as Josh said, he's the better quarterback, then he should have been playing last year.
I agree with you, but we all know the politics of sports never work out that way. Whether it is the coach's son that gets to start at quarterback sometimes, or in college, what just happened, or in the NFL, the guy making the most money is going to get every opportunity to have that starting job because that is just sports. There are politics involved in it at every single level.
Do you want to win or do you not? And is that more important because whoever makes the most money, and that shouldn't count in college, right? It shouldn't. I don't give a damn what Quinn Ewers is making on the side from a collective or whatever the hell. Look, if Arch Manning's a better quarterback, he should play, and that's what coaches should go with. I have to believe they had an agreement with the Manning family. It's the only thing that computes with me because if he's better, he plays, period, and that's the way that it should be.
I agree. Like, we're splitting hairs here. Yes, I have always agreed the best player should always start, but in every turn of every aspect of every sport across the planet, we see it. We talk about it every day. We talk about rookies that aren't playing because of veterans in their way. Look at the San Antonio Spurs this year. Chris Paul started 82 games when Stephon Castle should have been starting by week 3 of the season.
Well, there's some people that argued Chris Paul shouldn't have been here in the first place. And he wasn't here very long, was he? Oh, but he taught them a lot.
But guess what? There was a handshake deal in place,
They're
wasn't there?
exactly right. There was a handshake deal. This might make all you Quinn Ewers folks happy. There's a report out today that Dolphins rookie quarterback Quinn Ewers had a strong third practice at training camp. He made several impressive big-time throws. Have I mentioned it's training camp?
So he's going to start over Tua?
Well, yeah, probably will. Maybe they got a handshake deal with McDonald down there. You know, the Ewers family, and please. Although I will say this, Quinn Ewers, and I don't hate the guy. I really don't. I just think the best player should play.
I always love when you say, I just want to start by saying I don't hate the guy.
If Quinn Ewers was better than Arch Manning, and we just don't know.
We just don't know.
Because we haven't seen Arch Manning play. Quinn Ewers has got a great opportunity in Miami. Not wishing anything bad on Tua, but the guy certainly doesn't have a great reputation for staying healthy.
That is true. That is his best opportunity because
he
I
could have gone
guarantee
to a
you,
better place. You're right.
If Tua stays healthy, Tua's starting.
Yes. But Quinn
because
Ewers
he's making a lot of money.
Yes. He could not. Yes, he is. He is. But look, I mean, you're going to argue that Quinn Ewers is better than Tua?
I don't know. Did you watch Tua play the last couple of years?
I've never been a big fan of Tua's anyway, even coming out of Alabama. But having said that, it would not surprise me to see Quinn Ewers there. And see that? I said something positive about old Quinn. Just like that.
Good old Quinny.
Good old Quinny. I hope he does well in Miami. He's enjoying South Beach. He's going to have to make a lot of money in South Beach. Stephen Jones has an update on Micah Parsons, and I want you to tell me when we come back if he's taking a shot at Parsons. I think he is. We'll talk about it when we continue here on The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. First of all, I want to tell you about my good friends at Stevens Roofing. Love talking about Stevens Roofing. Oh, they're a family-owned company, locally owned company. They've been in business here in San Antonio for so long. And look, I don't have to tell you, you don't stay in business, in any business, much less the roofing business, if you're not doing it right. They put a roof on somebody's house. They want to make sure that it's done right. The quality is there. And Stevens Roofing, that's what they do. They make sure that the quality is right. And right now, here's what I want you to do. If you've been thinking about it, thinking maybe your roof, you've been in your home for, 10, 15, 20 years, and you think your roof might need an update, call Stevens Roofing and Solar, 210-785-0994. They'll send a crew out, free of charge, under no obligation, to check out your roof. They'll let you know if it's okay. They'll let you know if there's a problem over here. Or if they might recommend you need a whole new roof. Or they might say, you know what, there's nothing wrong. The good news is you can trust them. Whatever they tell you, you can trust them. They're not in the business to tell you things just to get business. That's not what they do, and that's why they stay in business as long as they do. Stevens Roofing and Solar, they are the absolute best in the business. They can do anything. If you got a metal roof, they can check that out, regular composition. Or if you got a commercial building you want checked out, Stevens Roofing and Solar can do it all. Give them a call. You know you've been putting that off. Give them a call, get it scheduled, and get it done. Couple of ways to do it. You call them at 210-785-0994, or you can get them at stevensroofing.net.
Want to see Dallas take on Atlanta at AT&T Stadium? AARP is hooking you up. I want winners. Just head to sasportstar.com and register to win a pair of tickets to the Cowboys' final preseason game, Friday, August 22nd at 6 p.m. 1, 2, 3, Cowboys! It's your chance to catch America's team live before the regular season kicks off. I like this kind of party! From AARP and 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
If you're a business owner, a manager, a club leader, and you need your logo on any kind of gear, make sure you get into Sammy's Embroidery and Printing down on San Pedro. If you need your logo on a nice golf shirt, a fishing shirt, a dress shirt, any kind of shirt, half-zip, hoodie, Sam will get you taken care of. If you need T-shirts screen printed, go see Sam. And if you need caps, Sam has over 25,000 caps and more than 75 color combinations on display in his showroom just waiting for your logo. And all the popular cap brands like Katie Caps, Nike, Cap America, Richardson 112 style trucker caps, and they are in stock. Sam has over 700 uniform lines to choose from, all kinds of industries, medical, restaurant, construction, schools, leagues, to name a few. Sammy's Embroidery and Printing. Nobody has better prices. Sam has all the big name brands, nor order too big, nor order too small. Call 210-824-3900 or get into that massive showroom on San Pedro, a mile inside Loop 410, next to Big Lots across from McDonald's, or check the website samsembroidery.com for Sammy's Embroidery Club.
When it comes to keeping your pumps running smooth, L&S Pump Repair has you covered. 24/7 on-site service for saltwater disposal and pump repairs. From Quintaplex to H-Pumps, they've got parts ready and the skills to get you back in the game fast. Need a whole new pump package? L&S builds custom skid packages too. Don't let knocking pumps or slow flow slow you down. Call L&S Pump Repair 936-853-3810. Keep your flow strong, San Antonio.
Hi, my name's Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney and have been representing people injured in auto and commercial truck collisions right here in San Antonio, my hometown, since 1994. Getting into a collision can be a life-altering event. Your health and recovery is the only thing that really matters, and anyone that's ever been injured in a traffic collision will tell you that. How do you get the insurance company to pay? Simple. Call me. As your attorney, my job is to get you through this. The decisions you make immediately after a collision are the most important decisions you can make. If you call me as soon as you can after a collision, I will help you make the right decisions for you and your family. Remember, I do not charge for a consultation. Growing up on the southwest side of San Antonio, when Loop 410 was the edge of town, I know how overwhelming it could be to face a giant insurance company all on your own. Just keep it simple. Call me. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 900-0400. Or go to my website at lawyerforus.com.
Vacation mode? Check. Don't forget your furry friend. Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuit in Selma offers daycare, boarding, grooming, and more. Discounts for military teachers and first responders. Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuit, where pets play, stay, and feel at home.
At Progressive, we understand the bond you have with your boat. It's why people name theirs.
I named my boat Sure Don't. Get it? The other day when my friend said, "Hey Larry, you want to head back in? It looks like it might rain." I said, "Sure don't." I guess they didn't get it because they didn't laugh.
Whatever you call your boat, protected by insuring it with Progressive, America's #1 boat insurer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. #1 rating based on boat market share data from ratefilings.com.
If you need to hire, it seems like the whole process can be exhausting. You search resumes, wait for the right candidates to apply, set up initial interviews. It's a lot of time and work. Well, what if you could meet with qualified candidates for your job the very next day? Now you can with Zip Intro from ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try it for free at ziprecruiter.com/radio. Zip Intro is super easy to use. You simply pick a time, and it does all the work of finding and scheduling qualified candidates for you. Then you can choose who you want to talk to and meet with great people on back-to-back video calls as soon as the next day. Best of all, you save time and energy.
Try Zip Intro for free right now at this exclusive web address, ziprecruiter.com/radio. Zip Intro. Post jobs today, talk to qualified candidates tomorrow. Once again, go to ziprecruiter.com/radio to try it for free. That's ziprecruiter.com/radio.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Monday on the Morning Huddle, we're out here in sunny California, Rob.
Oxnard or bust, but there's a whole lot more going on. We're certainly talking football, but the world continues to spin. Get here early. The party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The Aggies play here. This is Andrew Monaco, and you're listening to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
That was the perfect intro. Our friend Andrew Monaco talking about the Aggies because we got some breaking news. This is just in, according to Tom Pelissaro. Adam Schefter reporting this as well. Shamar Stewart and the Cincinnati Bengals have reached an agreement on a 4-year, fully guaranteed $18.97 million contract. Includes a $10.4 million signing bonus. So every first-round pick now has a deal. And if you're not familiar with the Shamar Stewart situation, he comes from Texas A&M. He is an edge rusher and would not sign the rookie contract because of the language that was in there, and to the reference of if he went to jail or whatever the case, they wouldn't guarantee any of the money. Something that he didn't want to do that. He's got no past record or past history of doing anything like that, so he was taken back by that, and I don't blame him. But they have obviously come to an agreement today. So good for Shamar Stewart and good for the Cincinnati Bengals, for goodness sake. Joe Burrow's got to be one of the happiest people on the planet.
I will say, if it's never been an issue and it's not who you are as a person, why are you scared of signing the language that protects the team against that?
Because nobody else is signing that.
Actually, all the Bengals players have that in their contract.
Do they really?
Mm-hmm.
And nobody else has said anything.
Mm-mm.
Wow. Well, I didn't know that, so I'll take your word for it, Pledge. But I don't know.
It's pretty standard language in Bengal contracts.
Well, the Bengals are cheap, so anyway they get out of guarantee. Yes, they are. So
I'm not denying that at all. But I'm just saying, like, if that's not who you are, then
why not sign it?
Yeah.
I see where you're coming from, but look, again,
because as an employer, don't you want protection?
I was under the impression that it was different for him than everybody else. So
it's different for the Bengals from everyone else.
look, I'm glad they got it done. I know the language is different now, so they've either taken that out or revised it completely. But, yeah, I mean, I get it. I wouldn't be opposed to signing a contract anywhere and that says, look, dude, if you go to jail, look, if we go to jail here, Pledge, guess what? We're out on our butts. Okay, we are, whether it's in your contract or not.
I don't get I don't get to still get paid?
No, you don't. So, look,
what?
It doesn't matter. Look, Cincinnati, and I like Joe Burrow. I like Jamar Chase. I like T. Higgins. I like to watch that offense work and operate and score points.
I was about to say, you named a lot of offensive players. I haven't heard one defensive player
exactly.
you like.
They still got Trey Hendrickson out, holding out of camp. But with Shamar Stewart, if you get Stewart on one side and Hendrickson on the other, that's going to be a problem for quarterbacks. It will be. Now, I don't know what else they've got, because they were giving up 38 points a game last year, which is just ridiculous, while the Bengals were scoring 35 a game. And so, look, if they can just find any semblance of defense,
sure,
the Bengals will be a playoff team, which they almost managed to do last year despite all their defensive trouble.
It could boil down because the Bengals defense has, in recent years, never been as bad as it was last year.
Oh, it was awful last year.
Could it be that the scheme had run its course with their defensive coordinator, and moving on from him this offseason may have been the biggest addition that they could make?
But it couldn't hurt. I mean, it's kind of like the Houston Texans, right? Just wiping out their entire offensive line and starting over. I mean, sometimes you got to do that. But I like Joe Burrow as a quarterback, and I like what he can do. And with the weapons that he has on offense, they're going to put up some points. But you got to still stop people. The Cowboys were that way in the prime Tony Romo years. They had great offensive teams and just horrible defensive teams. They were having to outscore people, and sometimes you're scoring 31 points and you're losing 34-31. And it's tough to do that.
And you mean you can make an argument that they're like that in the playoffs too?
Well, exactly. Wow, Pledge with a shot. That wasn't even me, y'all. That was Pledge.
I'm sorry, I didn't see the defense helping out very much at all in that Green Bay game.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, that Green Bay game was awful. But I will say, and I'm not picking on him, there were 2 interceptions in that first quarter that gave Green Bay a big lead, okay? So you can pick on the defense all you want to. One of them was a pick six, so the defense had nothing to do with that. The other one gave Green Bay pretty good field position. So
you like to talk about Dak's touchdowns in the postseason. You know who has even fewer of a very important stat? Micah Parsons.
You're right about that. Yeah, absolutely, dude. I'm telling you.
And his doesn't even go in the playoffs. It starts in about November.
But Cowboys, well, because he gets tired. He does. He gets tired.
Well, who's that on?
Well, it's on him, and not him necessarily. He can't help his size. He's just not as big. And look, you're going against big 360-pound tackles every time, and a lot of times 2 of them. So look, he's a good player. All right, there's no question about it. But yes, it's a concern. And again, when you're looking at, and if I'm Jerry Jones, and he talks about him getting hurt, and I understand that. But if you're Jerry Jones, you got to look at those stats. There was a stat that I saw today, Trey Hendrickson, and you could make the same argument with Cincinnati and Trey Hendrickson, who, by the way, is holding out, edge rusher. But when he's on the field, the defense is much better than when he's off. Now, that doesn't say a lot. It's kind of like, saying, hey, that girl over there is a 4. I'd rather have the 6.
Guess what? The Spurs defense was a lot better with Wemby off the court than on. Or on the court than off.
Yeah, well, exactly. So you can make a point for a lot of things, but happy that Shamar Stewart got his deal done. Happy for the Bengals, and I'm more so happy for him that he got this deal done. All right, 1st-round draft pick, he got the deal done, so that's good. Keith wants to talk Cowboys, huh? What does he want to talk about? Trading Micah Parsons?
Maybe.
All right, well, we'll ask him. Let's go to the phone line, 656-3776, 656-ESPN. Keith, welcome to the Blitz.
Hey, how you doing, guys? And Pledge was reading my mind, man. Everyone, I don't call him Dak anymore. He has to earn that. I call him Dakota because you still got to I'm not a Dak protector, but at the same time, Micah Parsons against the Niners, the 2 years that they made it to playoffs, and the Packers, Where's that guy that is expected to get that big money, man? And where's the running game? When has Dak had a running game in the playoffs? He's forced to pass the ball 35-plus times. And what is the success rate on a quarterback that passes it, especially Dak? Dak is a middle-of-the-pack guy. I rank Dak about 12, 14 range. And if he has to throw 35-plus, I don't like Dallas's chances to win. They need a running game. They need to keep the defense honest. And all they end up doing is just blitzing them. All the pass rushers get to eat, or they make a mistake. But who gets all the blame? Dak. Where's the defense getting out on 3-and-outs? Where's all the sacks? Like, all of that disappears come playoff game.
Well,
and
We're a damn good football team.
Let me ask you a question, Keith, and I mean this sincerely. The most recent playoff game we have to go to is the Green Bay game. Okay? If I recall, if I'm not mistaken, Tony Pollard was a running back. If I'm not mistaken, he rushed for over 1,000 yards that year. I don't know. 1,000 yards maybe is not as good as it once was since there's 17 ball games. But when your quarterback in the first quarter throws 2 interceptions, one of them a pick six, you're going to blame the running game for that?
Here we go.
I hear you. No, I know what you mean, but at the same time, when you're down 2 scores, at least in my opinion, I don't think you should completely abandon the running game. Some coordinators do. McCarthy was known for he needed less of an excuse to abandon the running game, and he was one of those guys that wanted to pass the ball on first down, second down, third down. It was so predictable. There was no nuance. It was a very predictable offense. There wasn't very many shifts. No, you never were moving around CeeDee Lamb. It was a lot of the times I kind of knew what they were doing. I shouldn't know what type of plays they're running, so I could only imagine the defenses that are watching this offense run on what they're going to end up doing. I don't know. That's just my opinion.
No, Keith, I appreciate it. I appreciate the opinion, and I'm not. Well, I am, because I like to rag on Dak. But look, hey, he has no excuses this year, none. That offensive line is a question. We'll see how they do. But with Pickens and CD on both sides, he's got running backs that should be much better than Rico Dowdle or Tony Pollard. So this year, he's got no excuse, my friend. So we'll see how he does, and we'll talk again come January, okay?
January?
When they're
I guess they do play one game in January.
No, they might. Well, when they're out, I meant when they're out of the playoffs, whenever that happens to be. Well, they might play one playoff game, and then they're out. So that's the way that it typically works. So we'll see what happens. But I appreciate the call, Keith. I understand. Look, and there's a lot of people, and some on our YouTube page as well. You're going to defend Dak, and I get it. He's your quarterback. I understand that. I get it, and he's all you got, and you hope he's successful. I hope he stays healthy. I'll be successful. Look, I'm not a Cowboy fan per se, but I follow this team closer than any other team, and I have done that for the past 30 years. Well, not quite 30 years, 25. I have followed this team very closely, closer than anybody else. It has been damn near 30 years played, 25 at Ken's and 3 here. So I want, if they're successful, I'm having more fun. You're having more fun. You're listening to the radio, and it's all better. So they are good for business. And I've said that for years, and I mean it sincerely. If the Cowboys are successful, I'm going to be very happy about it.
That's not true.
No, it's absolutely true.
You are not having more fun if they're winning.
No,
because when they're awful, you are having so much fun.
The only time I had fun was, and I told this on the air, I've told Jason this, I was giggling when they got their ass kicked by Green Bay, that playoff game. I just giggled because it's like, here we go again. So, look, I hope they're better. I hope they're good. I hope they're in the mix.
Stop lying to people.
I do. I'm not lying. I really hope the Cowboys are successful this year. We shall see. And again, I mean that sincerely. All you Dak lovers and defenders, he has no excuse this year. None. And I don't want to hear anything. You got Pickens. Jones went out and got Pickens. You got CD. Hopefully Ferguson comes back and plays better. Hopefully their running game will, and I think they will. Dak has no excuse this year. None. So we'll see what he does. And if he plays well, you guys can call in and give me the business. All right? When we come back, we're going to take a break. When we come back,
it's okay.
Aliens are coming. According to an article in the New York Post, we could be in very soon for an unknown interstellar object and hostile aliens coming to attack us. I'll explain when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and the Gomez Law Firm present the second annual Back to School Drive, Saturday, August 2nd from 11 till 1 p.m. or while supplies last at the Gomez Law Firm, 2943 Moss Rock Drive. Free backpacks and school supplies for all school-age children while supplies last, so don't be late. Presented by the Gomez Law Firm, 2943 Moss Rock Drive. Sponsored in part by North Park Toyota, Centromed, Romo Door Supply, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
Some Guns N' Roses for me. Oh, you want to hear some Guns N' Roses? Actually, would you like to talk to Axl Rose himself?
Yeah, that'd be cool. Why not?
Axl, come here. Come here, Axl.
Put on my Pop-Tart, baby. Oh! Sound like a friend of mine on the telephone. I just want to tell you, I'm sitting here laughing my tail off.
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Catch the John Clay Wolf Show Saturdays from 9 a.m. to noon right here on San Antonio Sports Star.
With Progressive's Home Quote Explorer, you can easily find the right home insurance for you, even if it's not with Progressive. But if you don't choose us, then sure, okay, it's not going to work out. We're not going to cry about it or stay awake wondering what our future together would have looked like. We can't get emotionally invested, even if it sounds like we are. Progressive's Home Quote Explorer allows you to easily compare home insurance rates and coverages in one place, even if it's not with us. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy. I love you. I shouldn't have said that.
The Lion and Rose at the Dominion, your daily happy hour spot from 3 till 7 p.m. 250 drafts, wine, wells, and bites from just $5. Big screens, bold flavors, and a patio made for post-game hangs. Lion and Rose at 23330 West I-10.
Football season is coming. Is your home ready for the watch parties? Upgrade your entry game with Romo Door Supply. Tough, stylish doors at prices that score. Visit RomoDoorSupply.com today. That's RomoDoorSupply.com, where home starts strong.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-499-9102. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-499-9102. That's 800-499-9102. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
If you've been injured in an accident, you know there's no shortage of attorneys who want your business. But when it comes to results, the numbers speak for themselves. Thomas J. Henry secured over $1 billion for clients in the past 4 years. We've successfully represented thousands of injured Texans, earning over 12,000 5-star reviews on Google. So who is the right attorney for you? Just look at the numbers. Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust. San Antonio, Texas.
Now is the perfect time to start on your next success. Apply now and save with no application fee. Classes start August 13th. An accredited state university, University of Maryland Global Campus offers online and hybrid courses. Plus, you can earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning and work experience, or transfer up to 12 credits towards a master's. Learn more at
Are you ready for the all-new Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Live Glowing Fire? Come watch your favorite Hot Wheels Monster Trucks fly, crash, and smash. Thanks to Good to Grow, kids' ticket prices half off. Coming July 26th and 27th to Frost Bank Center in San Antonio. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com.
Happy Friday afternoon, everybody. Thanks for spending some time with us here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle. Jason's off. James Pleasure is here, however, and we are counting down to heading to the airport tomorrow morning, heading out to Oxnard, California. We'll begin our AA Best Bail Bonds coverage out there on Monday, and can't wait for that. So many things to talk about, as there typically are when we go to Oxnard to cover the Cowboys.
There's always a contract.
Always well, the last 3 years there has been, that's for sure. So we're always watching for that. But you know us, we're going to have all the guests that you can imagine, all the players, all the best ones. And so be sure and tune in on Monday. Now, the guys from the Morning Huddle.
I hope y'all get Tyler Booker.
Hey, why?
He's just seems like an awesome dude to talk to. Like,
Dude,
every time I listen to him,
he was drafted,
I know.
remember?
Every time I listen to him, it just gets me like so hyped.
I'm sure we will have Tyler Booker. I would imagine that. I would hope that we might get a Dak Prescott or a George Pickens.
Y'all normally do.
I would like to do that. Yeah. So we'll. I want to get all of them. There's a lot of those defensive guys.
Like,
Sam Williams, perhaps.
Like Pokemon guy, catch them all.
Exactly right. So we'll get them all between us and Rob and AJ on the Morning Huddle. Can't wait to get out there, but it all starts bright and early Monday morning with the Morning Huddle at 6 o'clock, and then of course Jason and I at 2 o'clock. And I am looking forward to that. Of course, it's all sponsored by AA Best Bail Bonds. We appreciate them for that. But there are also some others sponsored. Southern Recipe Pork Rinds, Jim Beam, and AARP. So making it all possible, we appreciate that. Hey, question for all of you. Do you believe in – what are you doing, Pledge?
Southern Recipe small batch pork.
Southern Recipe. I love them. We got boxes full in there. And don't remind me, I got a bag full I got to take with me. So
there's one bag less.
Okay, well, good. Yeah, those things are delicious. They really are. Salt and black pepper. That's my favorite. Yeah, that's my absolute favorite. It's good. Do you believe in UFOs, aliens?
Oh, this is where we're going.
Yeah. Do you believe in them, first and foremost? I mean, that makes a difference. I know a lot of people do. Some people don't. Quite frankly, I'm kind of a skeptic, I'll be honest with you, when it comes to aliens and that stuff.
You think we just happen to be the luckiest people in all of existence, the only people that get to exist all throughout the entire universe?
I don't know. We've had guys on the moon. They haven't found any. We've got satellites and cameras up on Mars. They haven't found any up there.
It's like checking one pocket and going,
well, dude,
yep,
I
guess
don't
I'm broke.
know, but it's not something I'm going to sit up and worry about every day until I see this article from the New York Post. And I'm like, what the hell? The headline is possibly hostile alien threat detected in unknown interstellar object, a shocking new study claims.
Hostile?
Hostile. A hostile alien threat. Now, this says a mysterious intergalactic object could potentially be a hostile alien spacecraft that's slated to attack our planet in November.
Like,
now, first of all,
coming
aliens,
up in a couple of months?
If you're listening, there'll be no attacks during football season.
We will not allow it.
We can't have that, all right? You guys want to wait till March, April to do that. But nothing in the middle of football.
Well,
That's
they
just
can't
when
do
football
April. That's
seasons
my birthday.
Football season. Well, November's mine. So, not to mention the fact that, it's the middle of football season, just when it's starting to get good.
Well, not just that. Think about that's also Texas A&M, Texas.
That's what I'm saying. You can't. So, aliens, your timing's off. You gotta adjust that if that's what's happening. Now, the consequences, according to this article in the New York Post, should the hypothesis turn out to be correct, could potentially be dire for humanity. It was published on July 16th to the preprint server, whatever, and the Southwest News Service reported this. Apparently, this was discovered on July 1st, rocketing toward the sun at more than 130,000 miles per hour. Less than 24 hours later, it was confirmed to be an interstellar object, with initial observations suggesting that it could be a comet that measures up to 15 miles in diameter, larger than Manhattan.
Well, a comet's not an alien.
No, unless they're riding it. Maybe they ride it like a bull. You got a bunch of aliens up there. Yeah!
Just drunk aliens.
That's
their
it.
version of Texas Live.
I wonder what they like. Are they tequila people or whiskey, vodka? What do they like? However, in the new paper, the trio of researchers suggest that the interstellar object that looks like a comet or whatever I said, a meteor,
comet,
is just a disguise.
Oh.
There's actually a spaceship inside with aliens in it.
Oh, they're cloaking.
They're cloaking. That's a good word for it. I'm just saying, I'm reading the report. In this study, which was collaborated on with Adam Hibbard and Adam Crow, whoever the hell they are, of the Initiative of Interstellar Studies in London.
Oh.
They're suggesting that this is an accurate report.
Oh.
So it doesn't say what date in November. It just says November.
I think Fred Records has it, though.
He does?
Yeah.
What does he say?
Like, he says, can the aliens just hold off until July when we don't have any sports? And
Yes.
I tend to agree with him.
Yes.
Plus, it would give us the opportunity to do something fantastic.
The 4th of July will no longer be known as an American holiday, but as the day when the world declared in one voice, we will not go quietly into the night. We will not vanish without a fight. We're going to live on. We're going to survive. Today, we celebrate our Independence Day.
Independence Day. Was Bruce Willis in that?
No, that was Bill Pullman,
Will Smith?
Will Smith, and Jeff Goldblum.
Okay, well, Jeff Goldblum's not much help, I don't think, but, Will Smith maybe. He could slap them around. Slap those aliens.
Welcome to Earth.
That's it. Just don't talk bad about his wife. He'll slap you around. I don't know. Do you guys believe in aliens? And I just don't. Although I love the movie Signs. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Mel Gibson, that was a great movie. And so that was kind of cool. And, just know if you throw water on them, you're fine.
I mean,
that's all Mel Gibson did. You throw
seems
water
simple
on them
enough.
and hit them with a baseball bat, and you're golden.
I mean, that sounds really simple.
Well, it really does. And so there you go. Fair warning, you heard it here in November, and I'm just hoping, aliens, you're listening, and you'll wait until after football season.
July.
Yeah, well, that's fine. July, I suppose.
Which, by the way, we're assuming that these aliens can do anything, like our Earth is habitable to them.
Well, it may not be. You never know.
Like oxygen may be like sulfur to them.
Right? It could be. Could very well be. I'm just saying.
Or the yellow sun could give them freaky powers like Superman. Well, then we'd all be in trouble.
They're streaking toward the sun. Maybe that's the case.
Oh.
Or maybe they'll eat spinach like Popeye. Maybe that'll help. Who knows? Dude, I have a hard time with this. I do until I don't know.
Do you want to shake one's hand first?
Well, yeah, I'd kind of like to. And I know you go to New Mexico. And
you want to interview it?
Yes. Sit right there, buddy. Yes, sir. That's correct. You're a Dallas Cowboy fan, huh? Nice.
How much does it cost to get those games that far out?
Exactly. Well, dude, what does the ticket cost in Pluto? I bet it's expensive. And then what time do those games start there? Jeez, that's crazy. Interesting stuff. I don't believe any of it, but, it is what it is.
Interesting stuff. I don't believe any of it.
I don't believe any of it. But, I like movies like that. Somebody in our YouTube channel mentioned The Fly, Jeff Goldblum. That was a great movie. Creepy as hell.
Jurassic Park?
Well, yeah. Have you seen the new one?
No, not the new one yet.
I haven't seen the new one either. My son-in-law saw it, and he said, it was okay.
I'm going to go watch Fantastic Four First Steps this weekend.
Is it just coming out or what?
Yeah.
I've been in the movie for a while, so
I hadn't either.
And
I wanted to go see Superman.
Yeah, I haven't seen any movies. Now with the Magic Box, I don't have to go to the movie.
But there's fun in going to the movies.
No, there really is. There really is fun in going to the movies. But, I can't go this week. I'm going to be in Oxnard.
I mean, you could. They have movie theaters in Oxnard.
I know, but I'm working, man. It's busy. Dude, I'm working all day long. And you think I'm kidding. I'm not.
I mean, I've been there. You're not fooling me.
Jason and I will get there about 9 o'clock in the morning. And
so,
practice,
11 o'clock here.
Shoddy starts at 1 o'clock here, right? And then practice after that. And then with the show from noon to 4. So, yeah, it's a long day, Pledge. Long day.
I'm sorry. Getting off work at 4 must be brutal.
Dude, that's awesome. That's the only good thing about going to the West Coast. Yeah. So it's 2 to 6, obviously, here, and you guys know that. But, I mean, it's for us, it's noon to 4 out there. So,
man.
Yeah, it's great. It's we're looking forward to it. So, all next week. It's going to be a lot of fun. You never know what we're going to get. A lot of surprises. And
Jerry Jones usually?
Jerry Jones will come around. Most likely Steven will as well. Be interesting to see, but they did come around even last year with the whole CD Lamb thing. So they were available.
Deuce Vaughn, maybe? I hear he's really impressing in camp, getting a lot of carries.
I've heard that too. Getting more carries this year than he has in the past. Hey, just go ahead. That's what they want to do. Dude.
He is gadget juice.
Yes, he is. It all starts Monday with the morning huddle at 6 a.m. Be sure and tune in. And, of course, Jason and I at 2 o'clock.
Wow.
Glad you got a show today?
6 a.m.? That's 4 a.m. California
4
time.
4 a.m. those guys have to get up.
No, that's when they have to be on the air.
Well, that's right. So they got to get up before that.
Yeah,
And depending on where the house is, it's probably a 20, 30-minute drive to the practice site.
2:30, 3 o'clock?
Yeah. About the time me and Minix are coming in. So we say hello on the way in.
Wow.
Not really.
Y'all are at camp that long, just getting audio and working?
Exactly.
Wow.
We try to, help the boys in the morning. They need all the help they can get.
Yeah, I'm doing a show.
You got a show?
I
yes.
do.
6 o'clock, a full hour?
No,
we got Rangers
we got
baseball.
Rangers today.
Rangers baseball at 6:30. Had a great time today. Thanks for hanging in there with us. And, again, Monday morning, get ready. Dallas Cowboys, baby. We'll give you all the latest. Until then, have a great weekend.
Ladies and gentlemen, the weekend.
From the